Hey, you're a black screen right now.
Oh my god. All right.
Hey, what's up?
Jesus Christ. Hi.
Are you having fun over there, dog?
There's a million things going. We have 2 weeks of shit to catch up on, plus an event that just finished.
I'm glad it was a slow day today.
Yeah.
That we have plenty of time to talk about that.
And furthermore, it is like the computer just started chugging a bit here, so everything's crazy.
Oh, that's so awesome!
It's great how it all comes together. So
hell yeah, dude!
All right, we are starting a bit later in the day today.
I'll show you this. Here, I'll show you this dog.
That
make you feel better?
That dog is moving in real time. That's good.
He's squishy.
Yeah. If I can look at the jiggle of his squish to tell if your frame rate is good.
My frame rate could be better. I'm looking at it in my own thing, and it could be better. But I'll live. I've been a low frame rate man before.
By the way,
when I was younger.
Chops are looking pretty sick.
Thank you. I'm in the new stage of my beard where I go to kiss my baby on his cheek, and he looks at me and goes, Dad, you go shave. And I go, okay. And then I'm like, do you want to come with me? And he's like, yeah! And then we have like a shaving adventure, and it's really cool.
I am looking forward to the day when she'll reach up and grab this patch that she goes for and feel nothing and get really confused because she loves yanking.
He didn't react at all. I dyed my hair fucking purple, and he just went purple, Dad. Like it was like the most extreme possible change I could do, and he was like, "Cute, yeah, cool, whatever."
So I guess I'll start there in our rush fucking speed cast of things to go through. 2 weeks compressed state of play fucking go. But it was crazy because the Punch Kid is coming along, and as I've been stating, she's been blowing through all kinds of. She's drumming and waving and saying words and
milestones are fun because they're always like nothing, 10 milestones at once.
Right. And all that stuff's been happening. I went to go visit my cousin who had his kid 2 months ahead of ours, and
oh wow, good timing.
The timing is pretty solid, and that kid is just a tank of a baby, just this huge, completely opposite giant boy.
Baby's big now.
Everyone's calling him Brutus because he looks like a Brutus, good. Right? And this tank baby is also got an older brother who's a couple years older to follow and model off of. So what we're seeing with their parallel like milestone clearance is no waving, no words, barely, not much communication in general. All that social stuff is still just really early, but he's getting up and hoofing it. He's crawling and rolling and hoofing it, whereas Punch Kid ain't moving anywhere and refuses to move. She just sits on the spot and talks at you.
Especially when it's like early, like right around the age your girl is, like they have a really not well-rounded skill set.
Yes.
Like they'll pick like one, maybe two like concepts and like I'm gonna do this one until I'm good at it. Then maybe I'll start on the other ones.
He put all stats in agility and she has it all in charisma right now. And that's it, right? She's just gabbing. Faster and further.
My dude is a yapper, like a yapper. Like some of the physical milestones for gross motor, he was like a tiny bit behind on, but then we actually had the months wrong, so he's actually like dead on. But just yap all the time. Like that is where he is putting all of his energy into yapping and learning how to ask for things that he wants.
No, it's kind of nuts, and like whereas mobile baby Brutus, I was told a story in which he was asleep and he's asleep on a bed, and basically Dad walked out for a second and turned around, and Brutus was right behind him. Just behind him, like by his legs, like, hey, what's up? And you're like, hold on a minute. You were sleeping. You woke up, found your way off the bed, and walked over to us.
Yeah.
And no one heard anything. And you're like, hey. And you're like, what the fuck?
I'm glad that I got Yap Baby instead of Hypermobile Baby, because Hypermobile Baby is terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, exactly. And the silence with which this action occurred is
How
quite
did you
scary.
get here, or where are you? Are not questions I want to have to ask myself for like another year.
No, I'm kind of okay with the idea of mobility being delayed for the moment. So that's all great. But it was nice.
Like one of the things I'm dealing with right now, the kid has been able to fix the baby gate closed.
Oh.
Like pull the latch and close it. Has never once attempted to open it, because I know he totally can if he wants to.
Interesting.
He has just never had the idea I should open the baby gate.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Like
the instant he has that idea once, just toss all the gates in the house, because they're not going to be worth anything anymore.
That's done. She has had the concept when it comes to movement. She finally understands how to move backwards. But
that's a good one.
But there's no forward, and when the thing she wants is in front of her, she'll back away from it because that's the only action she understands.
Why is it getting?
You're getting further. Yeah. But for some reason, it's like she will like put her hands right on top of my leg and just stand up and be like, I'm standing. I'm chill. I'm upright, and I think she's gonna skip the crawl. I think she's gonna go right to fucking high stepping.
My guy he could stand, and he could stand for a while. He could stand for months before he could walk. And he would want to go, but he would get super mad at his legs because he's like, you're not doing the fucking thing I want you to do. Like, you could see that he didn't have like the neurons and the motor control, so he was just like, fucking go, and his legs would do like the little the baby wiggle.
That moment of being like almost like frustrated person waking up and doing physiotherapy, where you're like, no, my brain understands, but I don't have the muscle control. So now you're hearing the frustration of, God damn it, this body, this body won't move. Anyway, all right. So
our kids are our treasure.
They are the best, and
they're the best, better than the other children.
And in fact, I can now say we've had, after going to Anime North, 4 a plane ride with no cry. Just chill.
Age, super easy.
Just chill. Okay. Okay. Well, take the good feel away here. Yeah. Just
no.
Disarm it.
Because you still have to be like kind, supporting, on the ball parents. But if you are, and your baby isn't like a terror, that age, because mom nurses them and they're comfy. They're with mom and dad, and the noise of the airplane. In about 6 months to a year, no.
Right.
Remember the last time I came to see you guys?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
And when we ran into you, we're like, don't just. That was the one thing we had to say right away. Don't travel at this age.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
I mean, fortunately, Toronto's also a much shorter plane ride, but
it's a
little bit
across the way.
But that being said, we kind of just picked up and went over. I went and did the con and stuff. Meanwhile, Punch Mom, Punch Kid went off, saw some family, and got to hang out and meet some folks. And it was, again, just one of these weekends of like, whoa, you're further along with just strangers and people and socializing and crossing these milestones all in one giant leap than we thought. But good times. And I guess to quickly summarize, while
showing off your baby, being like, guess what? I have the better baby. I
mean, literally, that was the deal. And then you get that thing of like, I'm like, okay, everybody talks about how cute their baby is, but no, you don't understand, though.
Me and Paige have had like sit downs where we're just like, we're staring at the child like we're a looks maxer, just being like, no, it's not because it's it's objective. It's not because we're mom and dad. Just the most adorable child that's ever lived.
Reggie did get my album cover photo, which is me holding the kid while Punch Mom's tightening my dreads.
Oh yeah,
all,
I saw that.
All
Very
in one.
cute.
Like that's your Mr. Morale style album cover. You know, perfect with that.
The Family Man.
So very cool. Had a great time. Did some panels. We did a versus wolves. We did a woolly versus, and we met some people, shook some hands. Shout outs Dan Olson who came through. And
oh, cool.
Yeah. It was wild because he was just chilling, came down and like wanted to hang and like do a little thing. And while there, originally the plan was just like point camera at desk and film. And then I was like, Reggie, just sit here, make sure the camera's on and pointing at the desk. And it's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then Dan's like, I got that, no worries. And he sits down and starts craning and doing fucking like actual cinematography. And I'm like, oh my God, this is incredible. That's super cool. So hooray for him, and hooray for everything he has to say about Mr. Beast and whatever's going on over there.
What is going on over there?
The Beast games are I don't know, but hey, it doesn't. Whatever is going on over there, I'm sure it has no bearing on our Roost Podcast Network, which has been acquired by Night Media, a Beast company.
Oh, it has? Oh, okay.
Fucking whatever. That shit's
a subsidiary
mess,
of a
dog.
Subsidiary of a subsidiary.
That shit's a mess. It's falling apart, dude. Anyway, folding ideas. Great video of just like, why the fuck did you invite me out to the Beast games? Did you not know I would rip this shit apart? Okay.
The answer is no.
That was cool. Hanging out in line, meeting some folks. Someone walks up and goes, hey, been watching since forever. I see the old like Redbubble Woolly Versus shirt on. I'm like, oh, cool. Wow, that's a throwback. That's sick. And he's like, by the way, I'm Solidus. And I'm like, you fucking asshole. You piece of shit. You have been one province. You've been here the whole time. There have been many opportunities. And you've never once come to say hi. You fucking get the fuck over
why
here.
Bother? Why make a fuss?
Literally, like however many years it's been, you're a stone's throw, and we've never met you. That's insane. I berated him the entire time.
That's really funny.
Yeah. And then he got to enjoy a spirited discussion about the end of Expedition 33 while a bunch of people yelled at each other. Because
did it get intense?
I mean, basically the deal is as such.
There are a lot of people who are wrong.
There are. And so I remember you came in, you crossed that finish line, and you came in going, I am so prepared to go to war with Wooly.
I had a document. I had notes.
Yep. And I'm like, hey, literally say less. There is only one correct choice here, right?
But then we had to both pretend to be the other person so we could have the discussion.
Right. And then after that, right, things continued. John's on the wrong side of history. That's there on the record. And then now Reggie crossed and has cemented his position on the wrong side of history. And that has been intense. And there was a moment of
that's interesting.
There's a moment of basically establishing, I was yelling. We were yelling about all that, and
that's
then
in your house, dude.
We were yelling about all that shit. I know, right? And then there was a moment of like Dan going like, hold the fuck on. Wooly, what are you talking about? Like, please don't tell me. Whisper, whisper, whisper. And then he blows up and goes, I can't believe you know these monsters, Wooly. What is wrong with you? How are you friends with these people? And I'm like, thank you.
I'm glad professional YouTube smart person Dan Olson knows what's up.
You know, although he's more critical in a way that is like he is faulting the writing in a bunch of ways that he
I'm familiar with those complaints.
Yeah.
They didn't really bother me all that much, and I can see, but yeah, I get it. Yeah.
That being said, so these lines have been drawn, and there is now a new when you walk into a room with anyone you're meeting for the first time that's another fucking YouTube person or whatever, you can throw this out there like Lisa needs braces and see the room split.
Do you remember when we had just met each other? We barely knew each other, and it was 2004 in the Best Buy in the Forum. And I ran into a guy, and he had a World of Warcraft shirt on. And I went, "Oh, hey, you play World of Warcraft?" And he went, "Yeah." And I went, "Alliance or Horde?" And he went, "Alliance." And I went, "Fuck off, bitch." And turned around, and you were standing there, and you were just like, "Why?"
From a potential friend with a common interest into go fuck yourself, I now hate you more than I did knowing nothing about you.
We're back there again.
We are.
The gamers yearn for discourse.
And again, as Solidus witnessed, not a moment's discussion about the cool video game mechanics and how sick it is to play.
No. It's about emotions.
Yeah. So that was fun. While we were there, a video may have slipped on screen. And
what?
It might have shown some things. I don't know. What have you been receiving?
What have I been receiving? I have received about a dozen people going, "Pat, did you see the end of Wooly versus panel at Anime North?" And I go, "What? Why?" And they go, "Because he showed a thing." And I'm like, "Oh, did he? Huh, weird. I guess I'll have to talk to him about that on Monday." But now it's Tuesday. But then it was Wednesday. But then it was Tuesday again.
All right, look, you fuckers. Here's what you're getting. Here's what you're getting. You are getting the hand extended, and you're getting Wooly to come in and sample a little bit of the seeds that are being held out here as a tour of the FGC retirement home is now officially announced. That is me taking a look at FF14. But wait, there's more.
I also have something to announce. The sequel to Get Out of Fighting Games, Get Into FF14, will also be coming out in the near future with our friend and guest Wooly Versus on the show.
What? Listen. Let me state from the outset. I do not know if I'm even going to like this shit. But
you could hate that shit and it would last 2 episodes.
Yeah. So
that's funny. That's funny as shit.
So I'm giving this a college try, and I am setting an initial taste test to see, and providing that shit's going all right. How about we do that Realm Reborn?
So I think this is just a win-win for everybody, because you being like, "Wow, this is delicious. Yay." Or you being like, "Oh, this smells like farts, but I still have to do at least X amount of it." It's also really funny. I promised you X amount. Yeah, that's true.
And we will see what X amount looks like.
Don't tell them. No.
It's funner. It's funner when they don't know. But this is what it is. And
when will that be?
This will be as soon as we beat Pragmata.
Oh, you didn't beat Pragmata?
We totally beat Pragmata yesterday.
Oh! So it's Monday then.
So then we can start this next week. Now,
by the way, do you know SSJ Kleiko?
No.
Okay, SSJ Kleiko is a guy who shows up on my show. I posted with it's the thing I sent you yesterday, the Get Out of Fighting Games intro, but it had 10 seconds extra where it had been modified to include FF14 music.
Oh.
And the multiple thousands of people who watched it, one guy actually watched the whole thing and went, "Hey, there's FF14 music at the end of this." But in particular, I posted it in the Pat Stares at Discord, and SSJ Kleiko goes, "Man, this would be really funny if at the end you had like a bunch of people playing FF14, and it was actually like getting an FF4. Wouldn't that be really funny? And I'm like, bro, you didn't watch it.
Yo, I mean, I told you, I said I'll drop that shit at the end of the panel. We'll see what happens, and it got a pop in the room, but no one had much. Like 1 or 2 people came up afterwards and went, "Oh yeah," and I was like, "Yeah," but it didn't really make its way too far up beyond that. So news travels as it travels. However, whatever the results are going to be here, I know what I did get and see was like, why not wait for the new shit to come and some of that stuff that's coming down the line with the Ava plus the redos,
because that's all spread out,
right? That's over the course of years.
And if you hopped on this shit and were like, wow, I actually love the taste of this shit, then you have like a fucking on-ramp to the fucking timing. Like Brennan started, I think last month, and he's already at Shadowbringers. Like he's been cooking it. Like he's been just fucking going nuts on it. And
word on the street is now is the time.
Now is the time.
So we'll find out. We'll find out. I'm approaching like this. I taught you about what this means. This is my art teacher, my art history teacher, Monday morning, 8 a.m., telling us when you go to the art history museums, you hold your hands out and you take in with open arms what you're looking at. You have an open stance, ready to receive the information. If someone puts some random shit up on the slop stream, you're ready to receive the information. I'm here to accept whatever.
Okay. All right. Open arms and an open heart. And then the heart closes first. And then the arms close.
There might be a load refused.
Yeah, there might be. Yeah. It's possible.
I might refuse one load.
So you know what's great? Because the word on the street, by the way, is me. I'm the word on the street. I was like, Wooly, the time is now. And I told you that, and I was like, it is. And then I've been playing over the past couple of weeks since we decided on this, and you know what I see when I run my roulettes? Just sprout upon sprout upon sprout. A tsunami of new players. Just an absolute, just like, everybody who saw that fucking FanFest shit went, okay, back I come.
Right. Now, Pat, a lot of people are going to have a lot of advice as to how...
Oh, you need to fucking pick 2 people. Me and one other person and only them. Because all the advice will fucking slam into each other and become like a soup.
Yeah. And I mean, look, I've chatted with some of the folks I know that play. I have some friends that are in there. I've told you, Min's out there fucking clearing ultras or ultimates or whatever they're called, right?
But that type of person is not guaranteed to be helpful to a new player because that's very far away.
Everyone's in their own, yeah. But all this to say that you have assured with confidence that you've got a plan here, and you think it works out. You think this is good.
The answer to that plan is I turn on New Game Plus, and we just roll it.
Okay,
that's it.
Yeah. So we will find out in short order.
You should find another friend of yours who has made Final Fantasy XIV beginner guides. I have.
I see.
But you go find yourself another one.
Yeah, I mean, again, I have like in terms of, like literally, I have people like him, and then I have people that are only social players that don't even like game it; they just hang out.
That is a great segue. So one of the really good examples of how now is the time. I have been adopted by a gaggle of VTubers.
Yes.
I have been spending Tuesdays the past couple of weeks with Hina Bobina, with Ecto, with Chromu Chromu, and Mint Castella. And these girls are social FF14 players. And by that I mean they pick a spot They hang, they gab for like 90 minutes. And then I go, does anyone want to do like a dungeon? And they go, yeah. And then the dungeon is over. And then here comes the yapping once again.
Right.
These girls are great. I really like them a lot. They are funny. They are brain rotted to shit. Mm-hmm. It's. I don't know if
it's a job requirement.
A VTuber thing.
It's a job requirement. Yeah.
The brain rot is crazy. It's bad.
But that's exactly
also,
the type.
I'm super old.
But that's exactly the type. You know.
That's coming back on me because I'm so old and bald. But it's all good fun. So that's actually I'm doing that today as soon as the podcast is over. Nothing else to say other than it's a blast. It's very interesting for me to play with people who are not goal-oriented or not, like, exclusively goal-oriented. Because all of my friends that I met playing FF14 are all like, we can talk while we're doing this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to bang out every single roulette in a 3-hour period and then gab.
I was hearing about, like, the process of getting a team to clear the hardest ultra
UMAD is on right now,
and like people are doing 2 weeks 3 weeks of like daily almost like 9 to 5 levels
listen,
of practice.
There's a gradient on this earth of how much time you want. Do you want to play a fucking video game? Just play a fucking video game. Do you want to clear some harder content? Maybe meet some friends who are approximately the same skill level. Mm-hmm. Do you want to clear anything in that game that says ultimate in front of or after it? Get ready to second job it like a freak.
Mm-hmm.
This is content that's supposed to last over a year just because clearers are low.
Yeah. So
this was made for freaks, for non-human video game players.
Like I said, I think like, you know, Min's one of those people that's like, I'm here to edit videos and fucking clear. It's literally called
Clear Ultimates.
It's called UMAD because I guess
Dancing
Mad Ultimate. Right.
Just like Ultima Weapon Ultimate is Uwu.
I see. Okay.
And the Epic of Alexander is T.
Not Uwa.
No, it's not called Ultimate. It's called the Epic of Alexander. So TEA.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So there's still many other things to discuss.
There's a couple.
Right. So
there were one or two.
Besides Fun Travel and announcing FF14, the only other thing I was going to talk about, which will segue, I'm sure,
you're welcome, nerds,
into you, is getting some time on that Mina the Hollower.
I also got some time on that Mina the Hollower.
Mm-hmm.
That game's the fucking shit, dude.
Okay, it's really good. I have some feelings.
I'm sure you do.
So Mina the Hollower is Yacht Club's, new franchise, and that shit is excellent. It has their attention to detail for, everything they learned along the way with Shovel Knight, in the last, especially in like the quality of the last updates, just going right away into this. But it's their take on a Link to the Past style Link's Awakening top-down classic
like
Zelda,
Oracle of Seasons,
thing
more. Plus Castlevania, like very strong Castlevania.
So I have to say that it's fucking great, but I am hitting up against like what I think are my own feelings a little bit on it. In that I have two things. One, I wanted less of a Souls thing and more of a Zelda thing, I guess. I feel like I was surprised by how much Souls they went with, as opposed to just like classic Zelda. And second, first that I'll say that, right? Yeah, go ahead.
That is not Souls. That's Castlevania.
Okay, the progression and the corpse run.
Not the corpse run, but like the overall the difficulty, the flying enemies that bang you off ledges, the general like thing. Like the only thing that's like explicitly Souls is your corpse run.
The leveling up
and your healing,
the leveling up, the healing. Yeah, there's
your sub weapons and your general like enemy encounters is like a full mix. And your difficulty is a mix of classic Castlevania and like a Game Boy Color Zelda.
I guess so. I feel like the default world is like here to kick your ass, right? Most enemies are outmaneuvering you, hitting you harder, killing you quicker, and knocking you into disadvantageous positions on first encounter. So, it's a game of like, every step you take, every move you make, you gotta learn to do it properly. And there's something really satisfying about like understanding the hollowing mechanic, which is jumping, diving into the ground, and moving out of the way as your escape, as your defense mechanism.
Yeah.
That's your dodge roll, which is pretty cool.
It's also your movement.
Yes. And there's platforming involved with it. And
there is very serious platforming involved with it.
And this is my second thing where I'm like, the amount of jump, verticality, and overall platforming that the game has is also not super Zelda-ish.
It's Castlevania.
Right. But the camera angle is Zelda. And I'm like, I would much rather a side view for this type of platforming.
So what you're saying is that you want your Reese's cup with more chocolate and less peanut butter.
Perhaps like it's a weird thing. I'm trying to articulate it, but I'm kind of like, I definitely love some classic Zelda and the way that feels. There's some stuff too about how the weapons work here that is like also definitely like, oh, that's not a Zelda weapon. That like I picked the hammer and I was like, oh fuck, I think I regret picking this hammer because
the hammer's really good. It's also really hard.
You cannot redirect it.
It took me most of the game that I played so far to be like, okay, wait, maybe the hammer does have some stuff.
I picked it and I was like, I usually go with the big charge bonk, but I hate the fact, and I like you get a roll, but I hate the fact that you cannot change its trajectory even when you're fully charged. I don't like that.
Right? If you aim up or down, the hitbox on the smear actually goes left and right depending. So it actually has a super wide hitbox.
I would prefer a aim and release though. It like it's fucked me over enough times that I'm like, okay, give me my next weapon, right? But you can. People are saying you can. Do you have to?
You can change the follow-up. There's a follow-up you can get.
Okay, well, I'm talking about the default hammer moveset that you pick up right away. Yeah. You start a charge. You're swinging left. You cannot make yourself not swing left.
The trick is to jump and do the charge, and then release as you land.
And it goes a different direction?
No, but that's the exact timing.
Okay.
See, this is why I say it's more like Castlevania.
Okay,
right?
but jumping and charging the time, none of that is... I'm talking about aiming the hammer in a different direction. If I'm pointing to the left, I want to swing to the right after I charge up.
So swing to the right where you wanted to.
Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Is like we know when we talk about like swinging the great sword in a Souls game, and then like
or Monster Hunter, yeah,
you swing and then you tap the direction and you get that right. Yeah.
Aim the direction you want it to go.
So I understand that it's a committal thing, but it just doesn't feel as good as a result. I think so. That kind of was something I was like, I think some of those enemies that are flying above you, you have your verticality of the game there that like. And platforming diagonally on certain things, I'm like, this angle for this platforming, yeah, I'm just kind of like, I feel like I would prefer if it were again like actually Castlevania if you're saying 2D. Side view.
Well, no, but that's why it's a melange.
Yeah, Zelda 2 also has its side view moments and all that. So anyway, this is all whatever. I can tell the game is phenomenal, and I can see everything about it that's really
Have you
really
encountered
great.
a ladder?
I've encountered ropes.
Okay, there's a ladder in the game, which is like one of the most intense puzzles I've seen in anything. And I'm just like, I was doing a whole sequence with it, and I was like, this is like the best puzzle in a game I have ever fucking encountered ever.
Cool. Interesting. Okay.
And like somebody said that right as I saw the ladder. I'm like, what do you mean it's a puzzle? And then I was like, oh my god, this ladder's incredible.
Interesting. Okay. No, I've beaten the first area, got, through the opening sort of like town introduction, and then started like moving into some of the outside areas a little bit, to which it feels like you could go probably level up a little bit before you walk in certain directions, because you swing at something.
I did a huge spiral around the beginning before doing one dungeon. Every screen in the game has some kind of secret bullshit on it.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And some have multiple, and like it goes deep, 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 deep. Thank God I was streaming it, because I would like be in a room and I'm like, I don't know how to fucking get this. Do I have to come back with a thing? And someone in the chat would go, no, you can do it now. And there's so much that you're like, I must have to come back with an upgrade. It's like, no, you can do it now. That it blows my fucking mind.
How'd your streams go?
Incredible. I did an 8-hour stream on the first day, and I did one dungeon.
Damn.
I did a 5-hour stream on the second day. I did one dungeon.
Wow. Okay.
There is a disgusting amount of nonsense hidden one layer underneath the game. In every fucking room in the entire game.
Okay. I was gonna buy the shield as my second weapon, but I kind of decided, I'm like, wait, that's too similar to the hammer from what I have, so let me get something completely different. So I got the gun as my second, and that's a very different way to play it. Changes up your approach, but I do like that reloading means getting in there and doing some melee. That's fun. But I'm still, there's something about it. And, I guess the top view and what it's asking and all that. It's not the difficulty. But there's something that I'm still kind of like not grabbing onto.
You're just not like perfectly gelled with like the control demands.
And as a result, it's not pulling me back in like, fuck yeah, I need to get more right now. Like I'm a little bit cool on it, unfortunately, because of this thing I'm describing.
Yeah, so for me, I'm at the place of like the things you are like essentially describing are the way that I have wanted tons of games to work like that for years. So I'm in this place where I'll see people complain about the movement or the way it aims. And like the specific complaint without modification, I'm like, no, that's why it's good though. I am just like this thing is like shaping up to be my favorite Game Boy Color style thing that's ever existed.
Yeah, I can tell that it's just a personal feeling with how it's going. I can also tell that like the way the jump is and dive and the hollowing mechanic works is like super precise. Like reading your tile jump distance. And spitting it back to you is how precise it gets.
So what happens is that once you get further into the game, you get a situation where you don't like beat a dungeon and get like a Zelda upgrade that gives you like more movement. Like that isn't a thing that exists. Instead, you earn a accessory called a trinket, and then that changes your character in some degree. And you kind of fine tune the way you want Mina to behave with that stuff.
Okay.
So, for example, I got a trinket that doubles the length of time you can stay burrowed.
That's amazing.
I also got a trinket that makes you move at regular speed on water, which means I can now burrow across entire oceans. Because you can burrow underwater. You can't swim, but you can burrow underwater.
Okay.
And then I also got an upgrade that gives you one bounce after you hit water.
Interesting.
So I jump in, burrow like a whole screen, and then when I hop out, I bounce off the water again, and I get to the end.
That's great. That's super cool sounding. Yeah, I feel like I'm alternating between moments where the feel of the game is fucking phenomenal and moments where it's not gelling with me,
Yeah.
Those moments where you are precisely burrowing under the enemy to get around them, pop up to fight the big guy, poke behind him, or precisely right at the end of your burrow, hopping out to get the maximum distance jump across multiple tiles. Those feel really, really good. And then there's these moments where I'm hopping across gaps diagonally onto tiles, or doing some flower platforming, or even just, again, charging the weapons and trying to jump and hit the bats in midair. And it's like the angle just doesn't line up because where they are on the in the layer above your head versus and their shadow versus where you are on the ground is not just 100% understood. So it feels bad there, and yeah, I don't think that so I know that I guess I didn't play all of the later top-down Zeldas. So were there any of them that were jump heavy that were in this way?
So I only played Minish Cap.
Okay.
But it is my understanding that Zelda and jumping are just not friends at all. Zelda's just
because this feels
not a jumpy game,
right? This does feel like a unique thing given what this game is doing. And again, if you're being an asshole yelling skill issue, I repeat that it's not about the difficulty. I'm totally fine with the game kicking my ass. It's the feel of what I'm looking at, alternating between these great precise moments and these moments where I'm like, I don't like how this feels, But I'm.
You're not going to hear any argument from Pat who fucking hates this Sonic game because of the jump physics on that concept.
That being said, though, but I know that Yacht Club is fucking top level design in everything they do here. So everything is very precise and for a reason. So, excuse me, as you describe, more options for this stuff and the ability to, I guess, tweak the way it feels playing as her. That sounds phenomenal. And furthermore, I would say I'd probably lean toward any weapon that can minimize the amount of Z-axis calculation at the moment, because I don't like calculating the floating bat enemy thing.
I have a weapon for you, my friend,
that
will help you deal with your Z-axis. Mm-hmm. It's the blast hammer.
It's the hammer because of the swing upwards.
Because the hammer charge thing, the smear is a hitbox.
Yeah.
So it hits everything above Mina as well.
Yeah.
In fact, all three of the starting weapons have extraordinarily pronounced strengths and weaknesses alongside not damage, but space.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So the hammer has very, very wide, smear hitboxes. The daggers have very tiny ones, but they can you stab super fast. Mm-hmm. And the whip is quite slow, but is the only one with a severely distended hitbox.
That being said, so I got to save up to go try those. Now we're doing that thing though, where we've spent more time talking about the particular two negatives I've brought up as opposed to how fucking great the rest of the game has been.
Everything about the game is incredible. And the music is incredible. The presentation is.
This
perfect.
conversation is weirdly swerving towards something. I'm no, it's fucking great.
The story is charming. The amount, just the number one thing about the game, for me, is the amount of hidden bullshit on every single screen is legitimately intimidating. I will enter into what I would consider a nothing screen, right? And I'm like, but is there something? The answer is yes.
Did I not play? Wasn't there another game that was a secret on every screen?
I don't know about that.
I feel like I've played a game that had something like that. I don't know if it was a Metroidvania game or something else that was Zelda-like.
It doesn't ring a bell.
But there's something that was a secret on almost every screen was a thing. In any case,
I enjoy the game so much that I feel like me talking about it is boring. Because all I have to say is I'm crazy about the controls. I'm crazy about the setting. I'm crazy about the use of color. The sub weapons are all stellar. A lot of the sub weapons have really intense movement abilities, huge dashes or hooks.
The sub weapons are 1000% Castlevania. Yeah.
Yeah.
Feels like they wanted to Shovel Knight is their...
The axe does the fucking arc.
Shovel Knight is their homage to classic NES platformers, but like
Mega Man and Ninja Gaiden, but like mostly Mega Man, let's be honest.
But this is like, okay, time to smash everything else together.
Yeah, well, the two are Game Boy Color Zelda and your classic Castlevania, like overwhelmingly. Like those two influences are so much stronger than all the others.
But I don't want to diminish the amount of souls that you got going on with the level up, the mechanic of the bonfire mechanic, and things like that.
I actually talked to somebody about this the other day, and I'm like, Dark Souls did not invent corpse runs.
Right, it popularized them.
No, that is the exact same way that conversation went when I was in chat. Corpse runs were popularized by Diablo 1 in 1996.
Okay, enlighten me. I had no idea.
That's it. That's the discussion. Corpse runs were popularized by Diablo 1 in 1996.
And if you died a second time, you lost all your shit?
Yeah, then Diablo 2, then World of Warcraft, EverQuest, etc.
Okay. So then they were
Dark
just ignored
Souls
for a
also,
long time and then brought back. I see. Yeah. Gotcha.
The reason why you say Dark Souls is because the combination of checkpoint plus corpse run is feels like Dark Souls, but like you don't level up at a save point in Mina. You level up when you just get the goddamn bones to level up.
Well, so on the spot, yes, that's true. Which Diablo also was like that. No, you level up on the spot.
Diablo, you just level up.
You level up on the spot. Yeah, right. Yeah. And boning up, you can choose to save your bones for later, which is that's quite generous. You
can choose to save your bones for later, but it also levels up. So like right now, I need to earn 5,200 bones if I want to save them.
Yeah,
and if I earn 5,200 bones, the next one will be like 6,000.
But if you don't have enough to pocket them, you have to pull out enough to hit the level and then pocket that, right?
Yeah,
but you don't lose anything in the exchange. Right.
No.
Okay.
You get to a point you make a lot of bones.
Really fun world of characters that feel like, name. Everyone's got a name. Everyone's got a little animal thing, or some of them are humans, or there's a dude that looks like Link.
Suspiciously like Link.
Yeah. There's like just a bunch of little fun characters and creatures chilling out, and I like.
How many of the generators have you done?
Oh no, none yet. I'm literally
I have done 2, and what happens is you do a generator, and a bunch of shit happens.
Mm-hmm.
Like a bunch of fucking shit happens. It's awesome. I don't want to tell you what kind of shit, but
sure. Oh yeah, I'm fully expecting if this is this is Yacht Club, right? So I'm fully expecting there is going to be many a twist and turn along the way, and perhaps even more NES pulls or SNES pulls that are not immediately obvious right now. But I love
it's Zelda and Castlevania. Those
okay.
I played about 20 hours. It's those two.
Well, I do love something. I do love about it is how I'll turn a corner multiple times and come across a big fucking dude just sitting there, like, we doing this? And you're like, give me a second. Let me go heal up a little bit, and I'll be right back. I do like that aspect of it, where you walk a couple screens, and there are not bosses, but just big fuckers,
big guys
that are gonna.
If you're in like a harder zone, those big guys just wipe you in one, and you're like, okay, holy shit.
And that is something that I don't get out of a lot of games, but I love it when I do, where you're like, you're walking around an area and you see something that's like, hey, if you want this smoke, you can come get it anytime, or you can keep moving, right? Which is something I know from Souls, right? Walking around fucking Limgrave and seeing shit just standing there like, yeah, I like that. And this is a fun bit here. So,
So, like, for example, like our perspectives here are a little different because, like, I have more familiarity with like one of its prior, like its like tonal influences, and so, like, for example, if you beat that tutorial boss, you get your uranium ring.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that doubles your attack and halves your defense. Wow. So I ran that shit for a while because I'm like, you fucking give it to me.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. The only thing is with these weapons, like, you are committing a lot of money and dedicating to a path. And I wish I could preview them a little more, because obviously you get to preview the 3, but I picked the hammer up and then I accidentally walked one tile too high, so the game just started and I didn't get to try the others. So I have good news for you.
You're going to want to buy all of them because there are 3 levels to each weapon.
Yeah.
And one of those levels is being bought from the shop.
Okay.
If you haven't bought it from the shop, you'll discover it in the world. And then when you buy it from the shop, it'll give you an upgrade.
An upgrade. Okay. Okay, so you do want that. Yeah, cool.
Also, man, you get to a point where you make a lot of money. Like, everything in town just gets bought up like that.
Mm-hmm. Healing is done in a really interesting way, right? Where you are, you've got a limited number of Estus, so to speak, but you can pick up gray life in the world and by fighting, you know? Like, that's a fair and fun balance on it, where getting aggressive, it's not just like a Bloodborne style recover what you've lost now. It is, you know, if you continue playing well, your next heal is worth way, way more.
It's like, hey, have you taken a hit? Do you want to heal right away? Too bad. Fight until your heal is worth a shit.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to get into the heal loops here. You're going to fight your shit off.
Which thereby means almost I'm like, okay, so you don't need to have stronger healing items. You just need to play cleaner.
But
after
you will
fuck
get
up.
Stronger healing items, and they are going to be very helpful.
So this is one of those games where the road is rockiest at the start. Then
no, it gets hard as fuck.
Okay,
you get stronger, but like the game pushes the fuck back.
Okay.
Like I ran into an area that I ran into a very secret, very hidden area that I walked in and attempted twice, and I'm like, this is going to be impossible for a really long time.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I did run a little experiment in my brain almost of going like, if this game were fully side view, would the borrowing mechanic work in the same way at all?
No, absolutely not.
And I'm like, the tiles, the fact that it's all tile based, it seems like
it would be a much smaller game in every way.
Yeah, I can see that. I still overall just have a preference for games that you see yourself that you play in side view. I overall just enjoy that more. I have stronger nostalgia for it, so that's always a preference with me. But yeah.
Like to me, this game is this year's like Silk Song. Like I have been like attacking it. I love it just as much as Silk Song.
Mm-hmm. But, and I have and to me, I'm just like I just happen to love that perspective that Silk Song plays in more though.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is like me with FPSs a little bit, where I'm like, no, you can do great things in all angles, but just I have a little like, ooh, I like this angle a lot. Cool. Yeah, Mina is excellent so far, and I could see this being a million years in the same way that Shovel Knight kind of was. They can just go with this thing. It's sold incredibly well so far too. Like
300,000 already. I give it my full recommendation. It's also cheap. It's $20.
Fuck yeah, good shit, Yacht Club. All right, what else is going on with you?
What else is going on? I beat Ace Combat 5. Ace Combat 5 is fine.
Oh, okay.
Like I ran into like every possible issue I could run into.
Are they not all amazing?
They're all good. I'm judging them only on the comparison to other Ace Combats.
Okay.
Right? All Ace Combat games are pretty good, except for Assault Horizon. Assault Horizon is actually just bad.
Damn.
And Air Combat 1 is not good either. Ace Combat 5, it's like, it's okay. It has a lot more gimmick missions. It has no checkpoints. It has an experience system that I don't really like. Some of the missions are really long and have no checkpoints. And probably the strangest thing that happened during my Ace Combat 5 stream is that people were like, oh man, you'd really love Ace Combat 4 and Ace Combat 0. And then I'm like, it's just a shame. I have never played Ace Combat 4, 5, and 0, which is the trinity of Ace Combat games.
The Balkan Wars.
The Belkan War, yeah. And somebody mentioned, but like, Pat, you recognize Stonehenge from 4 when you played 7. And I'm like, what? Well, and then I'm like, wait, was 4 the one that had like the plane land on the kid's house and like the yellow 13? And people were like, yes. And I'm like, oh, I did beat Ace Combat 4. I beat Ace Combat 4 when it came out. I just forgot, and my memories of 4 integrated into 6.
Weird.
And I thought they were the same game.
Weird.
And then once that happened, I'm like, oh yeah, no, 4 is way better than 5. Oh no, I went from like, yeah, no, 5's got some problems to like, oh no, actually 4 is much better.
Are they very different from each other?
So because the games have a really like strict structure of you fly a plane and the plane controls the way an Ace Combat plane controls, and you fire missions after locks, and the core gameplay is fairly the same. Mm-hmm. There's really only 2 ways to determine whether or not an Ace Combat game is really good. The storyline and how sincere it is, and the individual parameters of any given mission.
Okay.
So Ace Combat 5 has lots and lots and lots of very gimmicky missions that require you to do very specific things, the very linear things. Traditionally, a lot of them have a lot more open, like, just destroy the targets, figure it the fuck out type of missions. And when I was going through 5 and people were like, this mission's incredible, I'm like, I have not encountered a mission that is as cool as taking out the oil tankers in 7. Taking out the oil tankers in 7 is a really fucking cool mission that I don't think 5 has anything that is better than. And fighting Stonehenge in 4 is incredible. Fighting the flying battleship in 6 is incredible. And so on and so forth. And I never felt that way about 5.
Okay.
At any given point.
Because I'm thinking about another series that, like, for example, Armored Core, right? So, I remember my old roommate just, playing all through all of those. And
like a sickness.
And that's a series that, like, mainly shifts up the way it feels, and those games are different from each other because they change how it feels to play. Right, they drastically reinvent the controls in a couple times.
Yeah, no, an Ace Combat plane plays like goddamn Ace Combat.
Plane is plane. Plane is plane is plane.
Plane is a plane, and you hit circle to do the missiles. So it comes down to like the mission.
The rest of it, right? Yeah, okay.
So like they all have a baseline of quality of like, hey, it's really a ton of fun to fucking fly a plane in Ace Combat and listen to the good ass chatter. But like the story really didn't sell me in Ace Combat 5 at all. Like, it wasn't as interesting as do you like the color of the sky? It means a lot to me, a hell of a lot. And JPEG Dog, it didn't mean as much to me as Yellow 13. It didn't mean as much to me as Fly with the Angels, Mister and Grace Maria. It didn't mean as much to me as when you fight a fucking UFO in Ace Combat 3. You fight a fucking alien in that game. It's nuts.
What the fuck? Okay. Well, look forward to the Wings of Theve, then.
Wings of Theve this September 24th. Fuck.
+0. 8 plus 0.
And 0. 0 is coming alongside it as a pre-order bonus, which is great. Because 0 is good. 0 is a good one.
What else?
What else? Okay, so this is not on my show. This is on the Peach Saliva show. But Paige is finally returning to Mass Effect this week. Wow. Paige is going to be playing as Paige or Peach Shepherd. I'm not sure. We haven't decided yet. Directly following the Summer Games Fest over at twitch.tv/Peach Saliva.
Chrono Trigger done?
Done and dusted.
Multiple endings?
No, just
the one. Okay.
Just the one.
Okay.
So if you're interested in seeing somebody who has somehow avoided nearly everything in regards to Mass Effect for like a decade, go down to twitch.tv/Peach Saliva this week. It'll be after SGF. It'll be after the Microsoft Game Show and on Saturday.
I only got one question, and it's the only question that matters.
Yeah, I know what the question's going to be. Yeah.
Who we porking?
So I've been told that Garrus is not a done deal. Anything could happen.
What? Wait, what?
I've been told to say that anything could happen. You can't assume these types of things just because one of the party members is basically a bird skeleton.
That's crazy. I just lost money.
Yeah.
That's nuts. Okay. All right.
You can't assume.
Wow.
What if Lizard Man?
Wait, hold on.
What if Lizard Guy?
But lizard guy is not more skeleton than
listen.
There's also robot skeleton, but you know what's
really you know what's fun about talking to somebody about Mass Effect? It's just like talking to somebody about Star Trek. Because chat says to Paige, "Oh, hey, yo, you should try with a Krogan because they got the quads." And she's like, "What, the quads?"
Okay.
And I'm like, well, they have 4 balls. And she's like, how do you know they have 4 balls? And I'm like, it's actually a really big deal. And she goes, no, it's not. I'm like, no, it actually is a really big deal.
It's a really big deal.
How many testicles a Krogan has.
Yes. Okay. So I guess you just follow that boner like a dowsing rod and just see which way the wind blows.
Yeah.
Wait, Femshep?
Of course.
All right, so follow those ovaries like dowsing rods and just see which way the wind blows towards which direction.
Oh, they're even shaped like a dowsing rod. You
just grab the sides and then...
Yeah, okay, this is awful. This is terrible. Anyways, that's going to be on twitch.tv/peachsaliva.
As long as
that'll be multiple days this week.
As long as they're staying out of the boring options. But
as long as they stay out of the boring options. Yeah, that's right. Jacob sucks so bad.
I fucking swear. Dude,
it's crazy.
If that happens, you got to sit down and have some discussions.
I'm out.
Discussions need to be had if you get Karthed. No. That's crazy. He looks like my brother, and I'm saying fucking anyway.
All right. Also of note, this is just a fun little story. I was streaming Kingdom Hearts, and somebody asked if I was going to get back into Warframe. I'm like, I don't know, anytime now. To which I said, What are you laughing about? What are you laughing at?
The prize.
And somebody said, when are you going to get back into Warframe? I'm like, man, I don't know. It's intimidating. To which they said something slightly rude, which is, you should just ask Rebecca for a sponsorship. They'll give that shit away to anybody. So I reached out to one Rebecca Ford. And she got back to me with a voicemail within about 5 minutes, making fun of said dipshit on my show.
That's funny.
Because Rebecca Ford over at Warframe is hilarious as fuck.
That's really funny.
Oh, she's a good egg. I like her a lot.
So wait, was that like no lol lamau?
What do you mean?
Did she target the specific person?
Yes, she targeted their specific username.
Okay. All right.
And then she said she'd sponsor me to look at a picture of Emmett Selk for 2 hours. Because she is obsessively FF14 pilled.
I don't know what that means, but sure.
It's an FF14 problematic older man.
Okay. Ooh.
You know how these girls are?
Problematic fave?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. By the way, I don't know if you saw, but they're adding Dante and Virgil Warframes to Warframe Next.
I did. Isn't it one frame that switches between the two?
It's one frame that switches between the two, but when you hit their 4, they fight, and the enemies get caught in the fight and take damage.
That's fucking sick.
Isn't that sick?
Super cool. That's pretty cool. Nice. Okay.
That's super awesome. But like Emmett Selk is a character in FF14 that Reb is so crazy about that she made a stand-in version of that character in Warframe and then got the actor to come to Warframe to play him.
Damn.
Cool. This is what happens when you give our generation of degenerates power.
Mm-hmm.
They go, I want to have make toys kiss. I'll make my own toys and make them kiss.
Also, if I'm not, the impression I've gotten is like, also if you just like hang out at a successful game long enough and do cool shit for a long time, you eventually fucking steer that goddamn thing.
Rebecca probably knows the most about Warframe of anybody, and that's why she got that directing job. And since she has gotten that, she went from voice actor to community head to director.
Mm-hmm.
Over like the 10 years. And since she has taken hold of Warframe, it has been, stonks have been up.
Awesome. Hell yeah.
She's been doing an incredible job. has millions of registered losers, and that stink will never come off, no matter how good Warframe gets. I am back into 2XKO in prep for my assumed inclusion on the Sajam Slam.
Who shall know? We shall see.
We shall know. By the way, did you reach out to Sajam?
In fact, I signed up right away. But Sajam reached out to me.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Hey, dude, if you're interested," I'm like, "Okay, cool." So we'll see what's up.
When was that?
Sometime. Was
that the evening of 5/29?
Maybe. Did something happen?
Because I signed up right away.
Okay.
And I was like, hey, Sajam, where do I sign up? I contacted him on Discord, and he was like, here. And then he asked me if you wanted in, and I'm like, probably, but it's way funnier for me to not tell you.
Well, within the first minutes of the post going up on Twitter, I filled it out and sent it in.
Yeah.
So that was done already. But either way, it is funny to go to the video that got posted like a day or two later, and then a bunch of people in the comments are like, go get Wooly, all
so
the.
I'm not in for sure. Mm-hmm. You're definitely in for sure.
We'll see.
You're definitely in for sure.
It would be kind of funny if I wasn't, though. I would. That'd
be so funny, dude.
There's a pretty strong bit. There's a pretty strong bit.
Yeah, I decided not to.
Nah, actually. It's like, I was actually sending it to you just so you could sign up, but that doesn't guarantee anything. So,
man, that's super fucking funny.
We'll let you know. We appreciate your interest.
I'm back on 2XKO, and the timing is really great because Senna is coming quite soon, and Thresh is coming. Another one of the characters that I laid out on the list.
Everyone.
But remember the list I made? If this character doesn't get in, the game is bad. Thresh was right up there.
Everyone was yelling for Thresh. I remember seeing the artwork. I was like, yeah. So that was Thresh laughing at the end, right?
It was Thresh laughing.
Not the other guy.
An evil skeleton.
Because
no.
Some people are like that.
Think it's Viego or dumbasses.
Okay, they both laugh like that.
Yeah, but it's literally, you go watch the Thresh Unbound League of Legends animated short for the Unbound skin, and it's like literally the same laugh. I think it might actually be.
I saw an in-game clip of Thresh laughing and heard it. Yeah. So
he usually has a lot of distortion.
Yeah.
On his stuff, but no.
And both of these characters have ties to Senna.
Yes, because the Shadow Isles.
Okay.
And also, the timing on this is super good because I no longer want to play Street Fighter 6. Just straight up, I don't want to play it anymore.
Man,
I saw some people going, "Wow, I'm really turning around on Ingrid." Like, do you think if Pat likes her, that it'll show that the tide has turned? And I went in that thread and I was like, "Don't you fucking worry about it."
So. I will say that for me, the tide has turned. I'm a believer. I'm a believer.
You're weak.
No, because they did the thing that I would appreciate under all circumstances, which is give a shit. Right? They put effort into it, and I like committing to the angle of her being this weirdo and such. I don't want Street Fighter to have a god. That as a concept, I hate that. Regardless, but the execution of everything they're doing, I'm like, yeah, you're taking this and you're going all the way with it. Her grabbing the continue button, the fucking, all of it, all of that fourth wall breaking stuff is like, this is how you have fun with the concept. I'm on board. I'm super down with the fun.
I hate it so much.
Because
I hate her more than ever.
Because
because in the past it was just in her like arcade mode and whatever, and now it's everywhere. So now it's in her moves, it's in her arcade, it's in her win quote, it's everywhere. I hate it.
Like I said, I feel from the beginning that like this is a weird fit of a character, but it's always also felt lazy. And it's just felt dropped in, and she had some very basic kind of twirling Shoto moves and all that shit, right? And there was just no thought or lore or anything there that made much sense to it. It was very lazy how she was dropped into Alpha 3. She was made for her game, Capcom Fighting All-Stars, along with Rook and Didi. And once that got canceled, they just went, how do we salvage this design by crowbarring it into other things, right?
Tons of room in the dumpster.
But like now I feel like you're doing the glow up that DJ got, the glow up that every character has gotten, right? They're doing it. They're putting the effort in, and I can be 100% sold on that when I see you have a bold vision and you commit to it in almost any direction. I'm willing to follow, except towards cousins.
So this is where like our disagreement about Ingrid used to be very similar, but mine is actually much more specific. I also hate Athena in King of Fighters.
Right, and I don't hate Athena.
I don't like fourth wall breaking god characters.
Yeah,
I fucking hate them. And also, I also don't like annoying projectile zoners in Street Fighter. I don't like JP. I actively dislike JP being in the game at all. Hate it.
That shit. I mean, look, I'm not going to say that zoners like that aren't annoying to fight by design. Guile is always Guile, of course. And she is ridiculous with those beams. But she's like, and she's scaled in a way too, like design wise, like a final DLC character almost, where you can get these like if you get hit with a 2 charged beams and she has enough meter.
I look over in the chat,
round over,
and I see someone yell out, "You're wrong to hate JP." And I look over, and it's Kai9 who thinks I forget that he plays JP. Because this is how JP people are. They're lying pieces of shit. And they try and trick you because they're scum.
So yeah, I think so. For one, I like Athena, right? I'm down. Like her voice in 98 was super annoying, and that's always been the case. And the way that the voice screams at you, overlapping, doesn't have to be that aggressive. But I like her and the costume changes and the idea of her being, you know, like the magical girl goddess and stuff like that. That's all fine. Fits that setting in that world. I'm also somebody that liked Bao, right? Which Bao is super hated, but I dug him as well. So that's all fine. In a Street Fighter world context, it didn't feel like it fit. And then furthermore, to make it like literally the deity was just this like, oh god, not that the lore matters, but right? Lazy insert. Now I feel like I'm seeing a broader vision for something that they want to do here, and fuck it. Let's see where this is going. Opening the door to other crossover worlds, whatever the case is. And the thing is too, like in terms of like them putting the effort in, right, with the character and the lore and all that, because she also like wraps up World Tour mode. I believe like you hit a like finale to that whole bit of the story. When the alternative, because JP, as as annoying as he is, like there's a thing where I'm like, if the alternative is we return to Bison the villain as the story hinges, as the person the story hinges around, you heard me rant about how much I hate that already, right? Mm-hmm. The absolute refusal for time to change is just boring to me, and I I fucking hate dictator existing, much less the him being.
Yeah, but I like to play as dictator.
Right. And so this is lore versus the gameplay aspects of it. But
well, I've thought a lot about like the way you talk about that, and like, Wooly, your desire to have like an instruction manual level of storyline does not trump me wanting to play like Guile and Bison.
I get but I also just don't. Whenever games come along that do a good job of introducing good enough characters that are new alongside some beloved classics, you can do a good job of that and not make it a big deal. Again, I look to MK10 and such. Like there's whatever. We don't have to rehash this whole thing. But if you want, even like Nightmare Geese as a like whatever, he's fucking dead. He's a ghost man. Okay, cool. I don't care. Right. I just like the idea of like doing something with this stupid story that is it's like anything.
It's a fighting game,
of course. And Devil May Cry is a horrible story, but we still talk about Sparta's dumb
Devil
shit
May Cry
regardless.
Actually, has a pretty good.
No,
story.
but we care. Like it's stupid, but we care. We can't do this thing.
No, I disagree.
Okay,
like it's not serious and it's not high drama, but it's well told and sincere. Fighting games don't have real stories. Well, okay. Mortal Kombat does.
Well, I just disagree in the sense that like I want the story that it does exist, whatever it may be in the game I'm playing. I like when things are happening that are interesting with that. I like when
you like it when you're at the end of Bloodsport and Van Damme's got like the fucking glass in his eyes. He's like, oh shit, and then here comes Neo from the Matrix to magic everything away, and you're like, whoa, that's so cool. He's like a magic guy.
I don't even know what you're talking about, but all this...
You're talking about the story of a fighting game tournament, and you're like, it's interesting when the magic god character shows up to ruin it.
I like that, Sean is this disciple of Ken's that came along and is a Shoto that can't quite cut it, but is an interesting new character. I like that Yun and Yang are these cool twins that kind of come after Lee, the original character from one.
Yeah, they live in a world with a fickle god that can just erase them at their leisure.
That is anyway, I like that there's these little things that happen. I like that Ed was a cool boxer that was raised by Rog, and folks hated him initially, but like I feel like everyone's turned around on him and kind of likes Ed now, which is sick because Ed's cool. I like that there's a continuity to that. I like the idea of people passing the torch. I like the idea of people getting older. I like the idea of moves changing. I like the idea of Ryu getting that Shin Shoryuken in Third Strike, even though he didn't have it at the beginning. This stuff's cool. It's fun. It's just fun to do the dumb things and have a cool thing with there. It's the reason why I like video games. Even if it doesn't matter, it's a cool thing. So I anytime you do something that like shows, even if it's as simple as like, hey, like Ken's wearing a different outfit that implies something about him this time around, it's the same cool reason why I look and go, oh fuck, Terry changed his, he just doesn't wear the hat anymore, and he's got the cool bomber jacket. Terry in Mark of the Wolves is a fucking sick character that like
I agree
is
with
older.
You on all of that, and that's why Ingrid pisses me off, because none of that shit matters in the fucking fourth wall breaking god dimension. Wow, Ryu worked really hard to be able to beat Bison and all that. It would have been really helpful if Ingrid just came out of a portal and gave him AIDS and flirted off into the space.
Yeah, I don't.
It's fucking terrible.
No, I'm not gonna defend. I'm not gonna say I like her being the god of Street Fighter. I don't. That I still don't like that there even is this realm and thing to it. But the character and for what she is. A lot of what I hated about what she was is there, like with DJ with the boring versus he's a lot more interesting of a character. What Ingrid is now is I find a lot more interesting and a lot more fun.
What she was, at least they worked harder to integrate that. That's cope. They're like, I don't like this sandwich, but at least it's got lots of ingredients and you tried really hard.
Well, no, because but I do think it's fun that what she's doing in the game, and I think
that's kind of where it breaks down. Where I have the storyline disagreement. I also don't want to ever play against this character even once, because of the actual gameplay that is attached to her.
Okay,
this meme zoner in fucking Street Fighter. Fuck off! I don't want to fucking deal with fucking beams.
Yeah, it feels like the first thing I want to go look up is how to deal with it, and thankfully there's a handful of ways to deal with anybody that just sits back. Yeah,
you take your hand and you fucking rip your Ethernet cord.
You can challenge a lot. Excuse me. You can challenge a lot of that shit gameplay wise. Getting interface, but either way, all this to say, what was I saying? I in a world where they're committing to this direction, I go, all right, please, like any character that gets added at this point, I feel they can take anyone from Street Fighter and give them a glow up to make them interesting, And I know that whenever that wasn't the case in 5. Sometimes the parts of a pass would drop, and you'd look at Abigail and just be like, "What the fuck are we doing?"
I never thought that once.
Right?
I looked at Abigail and I'm like, I don't know why it took so long to have a character this good in Street Fighter.
It's so insane. But I feel like now I'm like looking at what they're doing here and I'm like, yeah, whatever you put in, whoever you put in, like you're gonna go hard with it in the direction of what they're how do you turn that concept all the way to 11? And I think that's fun and good for the game. All right. We have so much to talk about.
I will put a pin in this, and that pin is I will rescind everything I say today if Season 3 of Street Fighter 6 is announced and Tifa is on that roster. Because I will this is my bitter medicine to get my dessert.
Yeah, that'll be some coke. Will they steal it from Tekken?
Whatever.
Will they steal it from Tekken?
Will they steal it from Tekken? Yeah.
I mean, Tekken's losing parts wholesale. We'll get to that a little bit later.
What else? I'm pretty much done with my stuff. My week.
Okay. Yeah, a world of fucking El Forte, Rufus, characters like that getting a glow up. Could you imagine?
You can't glow up Rufus. He's explicitly designed as a guy with no glow.
I believe you can. I absolutely believe you can. In the same way that Bob is if you just commit to the Sammo Hugness.
No,
right?
I like Bob. Bob's all right. Rufus is disgusting.
If you commit to the Sammo Hugness, I think you can do something cool. And Forte, I feel like Forte is you have a luchador. You can do awesome shit with that.
He's fine.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, all right. You know who I'll tell you who cannot be saved, actually. Abel.
Who cannot be saved?
Abel is unsalvageable.
What are you talking about? They saved him.
Oh, by just turning it into someone else completely.
Yeah, he's Manon now.
Sure. All right. Fine.
That's literally what happened.
Okay. In terms of design and core of bringing the character back and doing something, there is just no saving it. He's a yawn on site.
That's why they have Manon now.
Replaced. Yes, you can replace anybody. But anyways, all right. What? Okay, so let's move into other shit. Actually, hey, wait. Let's take a word from our sponsors.
Let's do that.
And then we'll hit the news.
Thank goodness there's almost no news this week.
There is almost no news. Hey, there are mere moments left to get your Reggie plushie, by the way.
I got mine. I ordered mine.
There you go. So there has been a 1-week extension, as I said there would be. So if you head on over to the makeshift link with product/Reggie in the lab plushie, you got a week and then it's gone forever. And I know some people that were like, damn it, I missed the last one. And they're like, yeah, so don't wait. You got to get it now. There's no coming back on this. It's literally one and done. I wish it wasn't one and done, actually, but that's the way it works. So go get your Reggie. This week, the podcast is sponsored by Rocket Money. What's up?
Hey, Rocket Money, what up?
I have told you many a time that the world has gotten complex. You have used your account to sign up for many subscription services, and you've forgotten about them. And now every month you're seeing deductions, or you're not seeing deductions because you're not looking, and you're losing money because a bunch of places that you've signed up for, services you're not using, apps you might have forgotten about, are all taking these monthly deductions, and you completely forgot. I know I have. It sucks. It's annoying. I've signed up for things that are like on my phone that are like use it for 1 week and then unsubscribe or whatever, but then you get put through the ringer. Complicated unsubscription processes, having to go to your email to then go to a website, all that stuff gets really annoying and it sucks. Rocket Money can help you with that because it helps you track subscriptions and has the ability to cancel unwanted ones with just a few taps in the app, and that can help save you money. Over $880 million in canceled subscriptions have been saved by its users. That's pretty good. And again, when we started entering the convenience of modern websites and apps and the quick sign up service, I don't think a lot of us thought that we'd be in a world where you're like, oh, the company will change names and change prices and you won't know about it because it's auto deducted. Anything back in the day that you'd have to manually send your subscription over to or pay manually, you'd notice. But here it's all automatic. So get on top of that stuff, especially if it has a complicated unsubscription process. Rocket Money can help you with that, simplify and do the unsubscribing for you. And yeah, it helps you as well take a look, set your budget and your goals if you're trying to figure out how to get your money in order. And it can show you at a glance what is going on with your finances, where that money's going, where you're possibly spending and you don't know about it. So be sure to check that out. Rocket Money is a personal finance app, helps you find and cancel unwanted subscriptions, monitor your spending, helps you lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Join at rocketmoney.com/superbeast. That's rocketmoney.com/superbeast. rocketmoney.com/superbeast. Thank you, Rocket Money.
Thanks, Thank you, Rocket Money. Why did I forget how to say rocket?
The podcast is also sponsored by Raycon, and we are entering the summer months. We are entering the nice time outside. It's the perfect time to get yourself some essential open earbuds. Father's Day's coming up as well, so that's something perfect you can get for the dads out there. It's something that'll stay put in your ears if you're going for walks, whatever it is you got going on. There's an open ear design that lets you have music going, but you can still hear everything around you if that's your preference, if you want to have some awareness for what's happening while being able to listen as well. And it's got all the features that you've come to know. So, the ability to connect to more than one device and, whether you're listening to your phone and perhaps, your computer or something else you're using at the same time. It's got a 30-day money-back guarantee with over 3 million customers. And, they're very comfortable for just chilling. Of course, I've mentioned many a time, but Punch Mom uses them regularly, currently is doing so right now. And you can get in a lot of this stuff without paying the premium, insane prices that other more expensive earbuds will charge you. So upgrade your dad's everyday routine. Go to buyraycon.com/superbeastopen to get 15% off. That's buyraycon.com/superbeastopen for 15% off. Thanks, Raycon, for sponsoring.
Thank you, Raycon.
And this week, lastly, the podcast is sponsored by Shopify, the perfect solution for if you're getting your online business started, if you're trying to figure out how to get your website going, if you're trying to get your shop going to the next level, want to learn how to sell things online, kind of like we had to figure out how to sell t-shirts. You can get all of that easily integrated very simply with Shopify. It's the best way to take yourself, turn your ideas into a real business, or if you've already got a business, to take it to the next level. So if it's your first or your millionth sale, whatever scale you're at, Shopify's the perfect platform for you. They're one of the number one shops you see all around the internet. Tons of millions of businesses are using it. You see that purple shop pay button, and it goes right to the shop app that makes it really easy to keep all your orders tracked in one location. You've got a lot of templates you can choose from when you're setting up your whether you're hooking it up to your social media campaign or whether you are setting up your website, whatever it is that you need, you can get your ability to outreach to customers in all the different places you would like to. You can also use their award-winning support, 24/7 customer support, if you've got any questions or anything you need to take care of. And yeah, it can help you handle the more complicated tasks like international shipping, returns, and the stuff that gets much harder to handle as you grow your business. So it's time to turn those what-ifs into cash with Shopify today. Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/superbeast. That's shopify.com/superbeast. One more time, shopify.com/superbeast. Thank you, Shopify.
Thanks, Shopify.
All right. Okay, so there's the news and then there's the state of play.
Let's hit the news first.
Yeah. In terms of the news, a couple things hit, but we'll roll through it as best we can. From what I can tell here, there are about 30 things before state of play. Look,
so I'm just going to quickly bang out one. Destiny 2 is essentially dead right now.
Destiny's done.
I was of note. Someone in my on my Blue Sky mentioned that it was really interesting seeing everybody be like, "Oh, I'm so sad about Destiny 2," and then you go over to Pat's Blue Sky and he's just pissing all over its grave. Which I say, if there is no piss on Destiny 2's grave, I am dead.
Sounds like with the post "every end is a new beginning," you're going to be able to continue to play Destiny.
Oh yeah, you'll be able to play it.
But in terms of new stuff happening with it, that shit's over. What was not as popularized was the follow-up story. They're planning significant layoffs following the end of its development, and
that no one who worked on Destiny 2 knew about it, the fact that it was dead until we did.
Destiny 3 is not in active production, and the staff were pitching and prototyping new projects, including stuff in the Destiny franchise, but nothing got greenlit.
Yep.
So this is not a rotate to marathon situation.
No, this is a fire everybody that's not already working on marathon situation.
All right. What else have we got going on? They announced Yujirio Hanma is coming to Tekken.
That's crazy.
That's fucking nuts.
I think we're in a fucking weird universe where fighting games can now be like judged on the amount of real and or fictional rapists contained within.
Yep.
That's nuts.
Fictional, definitely a better way to go. But
fictional is a better way to go.
But I will also say that with the existence of Fakum Ram existing in the game, we already have muscle freaks.
We do have a muscle freak. So
the backy art style has a perfect home with Tekken.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't wait to see it. Tekken is also, though, alongside that news, one of the three directors, so Harada left earlier, we talked about that. This week, Kohei Ikeda also left, so aka Nakatsu. He's another of the heads of the game gone. So essentially you just have Michael Murray, the producer, and Yasuki Yasuda, the third director, who remain. And who knows what the Tekken future holds, but it seems like folks are wondering if everyone that's leaving here is going to be joining the new SNK Versus studio that Harada started. Doesn't seem like an encouraging future given, two big names.
No, it
leaving.
does not. It does not.
Some folks are going like, God damn it, the Tekken 9 is going to suck, and other folks are like, there is no Tekken 9. What are you talking about?
There is only Tekken 8.
I believe that the second person who left was in charge of the Soul Calibur franchise prior. So
that's really depressing.
That is the other thing that's departing there. I mean, what I will say, and it does, and Michael Murray did tweet something to the effect of like, basically saying like the online shit that they've been getting makes it easy to want to quit effectively. Whatever the case is, because I know a bunch of people getting blocked, and it's a bad situation out there, because getting in touch with people and the community, talking to the devs and such. Harada used to be that place, you know, and that doesn't seem to really exist at the moment. It feels like the thing that would make the community happy would be to make a Tekken that doesn't have all the new features, that plays like the way it used to with new characters. It feels like it's a simple fix whenever that time comes, if they decide to go that way with it.
Sounds like the children cry out for fucking Virtua Fighter. Get rid of all that stupid fighting game bullshit and get back down to basics. Punching, kicking, and guarding.
That leak, my dude?
What leak? What are you talking about?
Holy fucking shit, man. That looks so good, dude.
You know what the best part about that Virtua Fighter leak that I may or may not have seen is that I recognize that as all Virtua Fighter shit. That's Virtua Fighter as fuck. The only real thing that's changed is the presentation.
So, 1, Crossroads, dope, very cool. 2, colors, logos, design-wise, mirroring other RGG design choices, interesting. There is a change that is fucking interesting, which is...
when it goes black and white?
Not even that. The shift towards realism, meaning we don't want juggling bodies in midair.
Yeah, you're gonna be like staggered and
things
I talked about that when they first showed off the very first thing. You're not gonna be bouncing.
Yeah, things that used to launch you, because Tekken and Virtua Fighter both had a thing where you'd hit the person up into the midair and then punch their body in midair. And move forward.
Now you're gonna be in some state of
you're falling over, and combos are gonna look more realistic as you're hitting them. And fuck, it looks so sick.
It's primarily the core Virtua Fighter is great. And it's very exciting, but the presentation has always been like a piece of bread with no butter on it, not even toasted. Right? So they were like, well, you know, RGG, what if you spiced it up a little bit? And
there might be a mechanic here that mirrors that of my favorite stand, Survivor, where you can see the weakness and strengths on the people and everyone's limbs. I'm curious to know, though, like, because obviously you don't want this to be a weird thing where, you know, breaking a limb means you can't fight or something like that, right? No. What would make sense would be a guard break if you target an area. So I hope it'd be something like that, but nothing...
Just high and low guard break.
Yeah, nothing too strange, you know? All right. We got that, and also Harada announcing that he finally made it to the Waffle House. And
too late, man. Too late.
You know, going back at 3 a.m. to fight time, which it's like, okay, so are you going to commit to this bit for the next thing? Who knows? We'll see, but we needed it in Tekken. Speaking of which, side note, based on a piece of Kunimitsu lore that dropped... they were able to piece together that Tekken 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 all happened within 1 year.
That's fucking stupid.
There were 6 months between Tekken 7 and 8, 2 months between 4 and 5,
and
fucking stupid. 4 months for 6 and 7. All of the Tekken story since Tekken 3 took place within 1 year.
Stupid. That's brain dead. That's fucking stupid. Why would anyone have gotten over Jin's bullshit when it happened 2 weeks ago?
Jin's World War III was less than a summer vacation.
Yeah. Yeah, Miguel's right to be fucking mad, dude.
Well, but this is why the lore is fun.
Wooly, I don't have a problem with lore. I love fighting game lore. I have a problem with God characters. It's very specific.
So Kunimitsu discovered a hidden path in the Mishima's main estate, which burnt down 1 year prior. And that line basically grabs everyone to go, wait, hold on a minute. You're talking about that fire from the intro to fucking 5?
Tekken, yeah.
So yeah, all of the Tekken franchise has been happening back to back to back.
Absolutely stupid. Brain dead.
All right. So that's that. What else is going on? Well, turns out that, hey, the Copilot AI, way more expensive than we thought. Microsoft is shutting down its Copilot AI, Xbox Copilot plans for console. They got a massive cost problem. Using the tech is more expensive than paying human employees. Who could have seen
what?
it? Who could have thunk it? Who could have thunk it?
That happened. We had a different version of that happen this morning, where Copilot switched to like usage-based billing, and everybody is backing out of Copilot because they're blowing through all their money in a single morning.
Oh,
like what happened with Claude.
Oh, we passed the costs on to you.
Yeah.
And
you max out your account in a day.
Yeah.
So it's so useful.
And you asked the question.
Your emails for you.
You asked the question: who could have foreseen this?
Everyone.
To which I answer: the Pope.
The Pope could have seen it. Yeah, that's right.
Because the Pope is calling for a holy crusade on AI.
Very interesting development.
No algorithm can make more morally acceptable. And this is the thing where, like, okay, talking about its usage in multiple forms, it's kind of a bit of an obvious slam dunk here, but of all the dumb, shitty, stupid things you're seeing, stolen artwork is very low on the rung of priorities when it's being used to pick targets to murder people by the military. Yeah. So,
or, for example, you live in a small town that's being annihilated by the pollution out of a data center.
Of course.
Now, if you're an artist, obviously your priorities shift, but it's bad all the way around.
Yeah, but in terms of misuse of AI to corpse speed, right?
Yes.
Military usage of it, top, fastest, then...
Yeah, that's pretty fast. That's pretty fast and bad.
Right? Poisoning everyone's water underneath that.
Also not good.
Yep.
Not good, but not as fast.
Yep. And then firing everybody and leaving them with no jobs, and then fucking over the industries.
Economic disaster. That's slower.
Yeah. So that's all very interesting. And we will keep an eye on where that goes, because the Pope has taken stance on one side, while Hideo Kojima stands on another.
I have to say, Kojima doing like an AI video thing. Who was he with?
Nicholas Winding Refn, I believe.
Sure. He was like, yeah, I love this new technology. It's so cool. And I saw my chat and my social media just flooded with like, I can't believe this. I'm so disappointed. I'm so shocked.
I knew you'd know. I knew you'd get it.
Rubes.
I knew you'd get it.
You are all rubes. The celebrity-obsessed technologist creator.
This was the least surprising thing when I saw it. I was like, yeah, of course he would lean in.
This is the most...
Of course he would.
But in Metal Gear Solid 2, he was so against AI. Yeah, for digital surveillance and for the removal of self-expression and all this shit. But that's also just a story.
And not on the principle of its usage or any of the context that we're seeing it in today. That was a story about the automation of war, ultimately, and everything that he was focusing on with that. But
also, remember, Kojima is like one of the most extreme examples of the cool Gundam problem. Because Kojima doesn't want nukes, and he doesn't want robots doing wars, but also, man, nukes are so cool, bro.
Yeah, no, like the war is bad laser is bundled inside of the look at the cool robot shot. They're bundled together. You're getting hit with the outer core of one with one inside the middle. There's no question in my mind. I'm like, the idea that there's this new tech and everything's like everyone that's a true believer is pushing forward into it and all this stuff. Yeah,
ever.
you know.
It is the creator. I am actually the least surprised got in. If I got to be honest, I'm shocked he didn't get in on the ground floor.
I'm shocked that people are shocked, and I guess
blown away.
Yeah,
blown away.
And look, I think, and you know, the fact that I'm glad that you arrived at the exact same position I did. I'm like,
I talked about this a year ago. I think it was on this show that you're all going to be shocked when Kojima gets all into AI.
As a fellow Kojimologist,
yes,
which
yes.
we are the world's premier Kojimologists.
I think we're up there. I don't know if I could take the number one, but we're up there.
It is not shocking.
It is deeply understandable, and there's like an underneath social order thing happening here that you and I and anybody who does any kind of public facing creativity or performance or whatever runs into, which is, hey, Wooly, I like your content. I think you make really good content, and I like it a lot. And, you know, sometimes you talk about where you stand on certain things, and so I kind of know where you're at. But sometimes you don't make a comment on where you stand on something morally. And here's where I can just project my beliefs onto you and act shocked when you don't share the beliefs I told myself you have.
So I think people took the bait of Sons of Liberty and Guns of the Patriots, right? I think the bait of AI being the villain there was a super simplified take on the way those stories were told, and ultimately concluded, oh, therefore he's going to be against it. You know, and in its current iterations, which is like, that's not at all what that means. What I'm most interested in hearing, not that we'll get to, is the conversation he has about AI with, I don't know, someone like Totoro-san, right?
Yeah.
What would Guillermo...
I bet it would just be like, but it's so cool, though.
What would Guillermo have to say, you know? Because I'm sure a lot of the other folks he's working with, directors and stuff, like, I could see, like, Peele being, like, down for it, or other people, but I feel like someone like Guillermo would not be, and I'd like to know.
There's another Spanish filmmaker that I'm not super familiar with, Jorge George something. Something in the chat help me.
The artist that made the Punky Duck thing.
Yeah.
He has a really cool, exaggerated style of artwork, and he does like tons of really like lively guacamole style like artwork, and like he recently pulled out of an AI project he was working on.
So this dude is the dumbest bitch in the world, for real. So he had an indie cred with like a very interesting art style. Mm-hmm. So he gets tapped by Amazon to do an AI thing, and then comes out and goes, I love it. It's the future. So now all the people who loved his earlier work hates him, including his idol in filmmaking, Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
So then he goes, oh, shit, I'm being shamed and everyone mad at me. So he pulls out, but everyone's still going to be fucking mad at him because he was doing the fucking thing. And now Amazon's like, oh, this dude bitches out as soon as there's public pressure, and he doesn't get any money. Like, he chose the worst of all things for himself.
It just feels like the same thing that happened when NFTs got started, which is like, you know, a bunch of people that don't know the deal, that are not talking to anybody, that don't have enough people around them giving them the heads up on shit, are getting wooed in, you know, and then you sign a check and you slide it across the desk, and that's like, hey, don't look into it. Also, here you go. And they go, oh, fuck, yeah, let's go, you know? There's thankfully enough of the fact that it's the fact that it's a bubble and everyone's talking about it right now is very clear and, like, widespread. Yeah. I feel like you'd have to stick your head pretty deep into the sand to have not heard or to be aware of it. But there is always that, like, there's always, I'm willing to believe that there are artists out there that are just, there are people out there that are just like, that didn't know the full deal, in the sense that there are people that I'm talking to in my life and my family, friends, etc., that also really don't know the deal. They hear a little bit.
Construction guys out there that nail their feet to the fucking house they're working on sometimes. I don't give a fuck about them. I don't want to talk to them.
Well, but I'm just all that to say that, like, as time is going on and I'm having this conversation with more and more people out there who are like being not just like uninformed but misled. Yeah. I know that continues to be a thing out there.
So my opinion on this is really simple. Mm-hmm. If you're going to start to freak out and try and back out of your deal with the devil before the ink is dry, maybe you shouldn't have signed it in the first place.
It fucks over the goodwill.
If you're going to make a deal with the devil and shake the devil's hand, you should understand who you're talking to.
Yeah. All this to say that I think there's going to be a couple more of these situations, and with each one comes, like, even less plausible deniability that you didn't know the deal. But, you know.
Like, if you're going to take an AI, NFT, Saudi Arabia deal or whatever, it should be for fuck off, I'm out of here money. So that you can
I'm gone forever.
Fuck off and get out of here, and you never have to give a fuck about any of this shit once. You only have to sell your integrity once.
Speaking of fucking off and getting out of here without integrity, we got some real fun updates to the Yuji Naka lore.
Man. Awesome stuff.
It wasn't just the funny delivery of the tale, but also everything around it, where Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg, you know, the old Sega game.
Cool game. Very hard.
Mm-hmm. And
can you hold right now? I am required for grocery carrying.
BRB.
As the big man of the house.
Big strong. All right.
Before we continue, I went over to help with the groceries because I'm a big man.
Mm-hmm.
And my son looked at me and went, Dad, did you enjoy your baby game with your friends? Is it good? And I was like, no, I'm doing my dad's show. He's like, did you like your baby game?
What wires are getting crossed here?
So when I play FF14, Paige will be like, oh, you playing your baby game, honey? I go, yes, honey. And so now he's like, you play your baby game with your friends in the office. I'm like, no, I'm doing my dad's show. It's different.
This might not be a bad thing, you know? You might want to lean into that. Let's see how that works.
It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
2XKO is the kitty cat game because of Teemo.
Yes.
FF14 is the baby game. And Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is the Henry Ride the Horsey game.
Henry Ride the Horsey. True.
Yeah.
All right, so back to Big Cocks.
Yeah, back to Big Cocks. Yeah.
So
Happy Pride, everyone.
So Yuji Naka, the creator, basically we got some tea being spilled because the former Sega VP, what was his name? Fisher. Let me get the
no longer works for Sega.
Mike Fisher did an interview. And he was basically just like, yo, I'ma spill some tea. Working with Yuji Naka sucked. That dude sucked. And if you remember Billy Hatcher...
The worst person I've ever worked with in this business.
If you remember Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg, everyone loved it. And Yuji Naka hated the name, didn't want a game to be focused on an egg. And... basically tried to push and pitch, since Billy Hatcher is dressed as a rooster, for the name of the game to be Giant Cock. Dead, not like haha, but like actually
dead serious
as a pun name for the game. It was
and then as a chaser, he's like also Yuji Naka's like a miserable asshole.
Yeah, so he's like this was a real suggestion. There are witnesses that were there, and like Naka then got frustrated that the team did not want to name the game Giant Cock. And then basically was like, yeah, he's literally the most miserable man I've ever worked with in games or anything else in my life. Just a horrible human being, and you can quote me on that. As you know, he's also now a convicted felon. So, you know. So he's like, yeah, I can talk shit. That motherfucker's locked up, you know? Yeah, anyway, that's crazy.
What an asshole.
That's crazy. All right. We talked about it a little bit, but Senna was revealed in 2XKO. She looks cool.
She looks great. She looks cool.
That's dropping next week on the 9th.
Next week. Alongside the Sejam Slam.
Wow. Enforced a new character? Oh, we'll see. No. It is pretty...
With beginners in a stance character? No.
I like the... I said this already, but big gun character that's, I guess, a zoner, traditionally in League of Legends, is not being played as a big gun girl zoner since you just got 2 of those, So she's getting up in your face.
No, her big gun acts as like a big normal.
Yeah, it acts as a big sword that hits you point blank, basically. Yeah. So, cool. We also got a couple of updates. So, surprising nobody, Spellcaster Chronicles. Do you remember? Do you remember which one that is?
I'm the only person most people have ever seen talk about the game.
I was hoping you'd forget.
No, I remember it vividly as the game I tried the open beta and went, I cannot get a match, and I had so little chance of getting a match that the game crashed.
Well, you will never get a match because the servers are shutting down on June 19th.
So I checked out the game's population after launch out of curiosity, and it was an infeasibly small amount, like can't populate matches amount of people.
Yeah. So they're going to be refunding anyone who spent money on it. So that's nice.
On request instead of automatically.
On request. That is true. Quantic Dream.
Different.
Quantic
Very
Dream.
Different.
Hey.
So
public service announcement. If you are hearing my voice and you've bought anything in Spellcasters Chronicles, and I know you have, please go in and put in a request for a refund, and you'll get your money back.
That was supposed to raise funding for Star Wars Eclipse.
Interesting.
So that's great.
Interesting that. Anyway, onward to fucking whatever's happening in the Old Republic.
Nothing?
We also got Embracer Group is spinning off their IPs that are Darksiders, Dead Island, Kingdom Come Deliverance, Metro, Remnant, The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, Tomb Raider, and more into a new company called Fellowship Entertainment.
Cool.
Yeah, you can
mean
repackage
the things
it
that actually make the money that they're putting into its own company so they can jettison the rest?
I mean, again? You can slice it up and repackage it as you need to, but the stinky poo-poo will continue to follow.
Let's just move this money around until somebody gets tired of following it.
Until nobody can recognize the logo of the company that comes up when one of them starts.
So, also, there's news on the Kingdom Come Deliverance front. Warhammer? No, what are they called? Warhorse. Is that the name of the company that makes Kingdom Come Deliverance? I think it's Warhorse. They're going to be making another Kingdom Come Deliverance. Shocker. They're also going to be making a Lord of the Rings game in the style of Kingdom Come Deliverance, which is very interesting. And to which you say, isn't that the one with the CEO who's like a particularly loud, stupid asshole? Well, he's been promoted to working on the movie.
Okay.
Away from the game's development.
Okay. So, Peasant Simulator in Middle-earth.
Yes.
Interesting.
It'll probably be a little bit less peasant. A little more Lord of the Rings.
Speaking of fantasy worlds, this is just a fucking wild left field one, but Board Game Geek is firing a marketing manager due to rejection of a marketing campaign because of first-hand experiences with demonic possession.
Cool.
So basically, there was a board game called Possess Me Satan that they were going to be publishing, and the marketing campaign pitch was received by the advertising manager. However, the advertising manager said, the thought of displaying this subject matter makes me sick to my stomach as somebody who has dealt with demonic possession, and was talked about how they were sitting on this one and praying about what to do in this instance, and adding, as a follower of Jesus, I routinely help people suffering from demonic oppression and possession, so it's devastating to me as this does damage to people's lives. So they rejected the marketing campaign for this game called Possess Me Satan.
Okay.
To which the company went, "What the fuck are you doing, you asshole? You're fired. Are you out of your mind?" Because
listen, I'm going to say something controversial.
Okay.
I'm going to say something controversial.
Hit me.
You're more than welcome to be mentally ill at home, but you need to leave the really disruptive stuff at home when you come to work.
Well, it's really simple.
I mean, I don't. I'm a special case, but
no. Yeah, well, because you're getting paid for your illness.
That's the job.
Right? But yeah, exactly,
the job is to be mentally ill.
Yes, your illness makes the big bucks.
Yes,
now
that's the only way it works.
That's now look, like again, you can feel.
I have a system, okay.
You can feel how you want to feel, and no one can stop you from that, and nor should they, because your beliefs are your beliefs. The idea that you're working your job that requires something of you, that your part of your job is to market the things that your company's putting out, and you're like, nah, though, because of this. It's like, no, this is where you recuse yourself from the project and go, I don't want to work on this because I have my own personal issues with it, and that's totally acceptable and fine. This would not be a story worth bringing up at all if the person in question said, yeah, this makes me uncomfortable, I'm not going to do it. Because as somebody who was like literally obeying the Sabbath while working late into those college years and doing some jobs that required Friday night stuff and whatever, I was like, yeah, this doesn't work for me. I had to leave, whatever, right? But
you also had experiences with demonic possession on occasion. So no, it's totally, honestly, if the person were to just go, yeah, this is not comfortable, I'm stepping away from this, no issue. But instead you're going, no, and I refuse while continuing to do this job, but fuck this project, too bad, I'm sorry, because of my internal dilemma here. That's absolutely insane. Under either religious exemption or handicap accessibility exemptions for employment acts in most countries, part of the process is your sincerely held religious or otherwise belief and or handicap an impediment to the normal functioning of your duties in this profession. And you should say yes if your understanding of demonic possession doesn't allow you to advertise for a board game.
Mom, why did you apply to work at id Software if you didn't want to work on devil games?
I don't know.
Mom, there was a really decent chance.
Me to a gay steel mill energy.
there was a really decent chance that Devil Games was going to be part of the gig here. Why did you apply?
Listen. You have a problem with the devil and you work in marketing, sir. I have bad news for you.
I mean, you are allowed to tell the people making the game that they don't know what they messing with. However, you cannot stop that product from existing and shut it down or sabotage it. You don't get to do that. Yeah, so they got fired.
Yeah, well, that's
so.
And the best of luck to them in their future endeavors.
I hope that moral clarity and compass, will perhaps. I hope they'll get a better understanding of when and how to apply that. Anyways, did you watch or hear about? Did you keep up with the steroid Olympics?
I did.
Oh, good, because that thing you want, it happened.
Yeah. Wasn't enough.
So, did you take note of how many records were broken?
I don't believe any were broken, and most of the winners were actually natural athletes.
So there was one. Every sport, there was no performance that broke any records set by non-juiced up athletes, except for swimming, where there was one a record that was broken, but also because they were using a full body suit that was also banned from competition.
Yeah.
That provided an unfair advantage.
So here's my problem, okay? And I want the Mutant Olympics, right? I don't want mid-tier all-state athletes who couldn't get to the Olympics to juice up to barely make it to the level of ability that they could place at the Olympics, maybe.
All right, Pat Bit translation.
I want the winners of the Olympics to be experimented on like barnyard animals and turned into mutants.
There were no bodies. No one's heart exploded mid-sprint. Thus, the experiment was a failure.
Like, I don't want to hear that the fastest guy at your high school took some steroids and did okay on track. I want to see a guy with 4 legs on the field.
Translation. Pat wants to see absolute Bane pouring himself.
Mutant League football, dog. That's what I want.
Like I said.
Remember Mutant League?
Like I said.
With Bones Jackson?
Like I said, absolute Bane pouring himself over the track. This is correct. I am saying one and the same thing.
The announcers at the event to have an argument as to whether or not the guy on the fucking field counts as a centaur.
Yeah. So what you're going to get is people who've gotten kicked out of their sports going for a
losers.
one more once.
Because why would anyone who's actually good risk the damage to their long-term health or reputation or ability to qualify for the Olympics by performing in this shit?
Pretty much everyone was just hitting testosterone and HGH. That's basically what it turned into. A couple people hit some Adderall, but it was pretty much just T and HGH. that's all you got going. So,
like yeah. Rocky IV, where they have the fucking supercut of Drago like juicing up and working out.
But
he's got a team of scientists.
Sure, yeah.
That's not enough. I want twice that minimum.
Well, I'm sorry that
I want a Bobo.
I know you do, but I'm sorry that you're not going to get it. And quite frankly,
not yet. I'm not.
I feel like you are moving the goalposts with tentacles and veiny, roided out arms.
No, I always say Mutant League football. I always say Mutant League.
Those goalposts are sliding away from us into the horizon with 8 legs.
You know what? Somebody mentioned it in chat. Fuck it. Just teach chimpanzees how to play lacrosse and juice them. We could just skip some steps.
Okay. Just jump right to the animals then. You see, now I have a problem with that, though.
Put brains in them.
But no. But now you're fucking with creatures that don't deserve it, right?
No.
The human being
swap their brains.
No, we tried that. It didn't work. No, we tried that. It didn't work.
You can try again.
No, you can go watch the footage of the head swapped chimpanzee. It's not great.
That was a long time ago, okay?
No, you see, you're losing me because you need to put this on the people who have signed up for it and earned it and deserve it, not the random animal that's fucking just chilling. That
right.
The chimp that deserves a happy life. The person who wants to be baned out gets to be baned out.
Work on a way to give apes super intelligence.
Get Caesar going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just get Planet of the Apes, and then we can watch the ape games.
Yeah. Didn't seem like a big hit. We'll see what happens next time around. But there you go. Enhanced games. We're in that world now. All right. That's pretty much it. Nintendo released a Star Fox overview trailer, but whatever.
Sure, who gives a shit?
State of Play. Wolverine, that shit is not Spider-Man.
In fact, I'm gonna skip part of the discussion about State of Play, and I'm gonna go straight to the picture I sent you. Do you see the picture that's sitting in Discord right now?
September 3rd, Blood of the Dawnwalker. September 8th, Halloween the Game. 9th, Phantom Blade Zero. 15th, Wolverine. 17th, Trails in the Sky. 22nd, Dune Awakening. 24th, Control Resonant. 24th, Silent Hill Townfall. 25th, Onimusha. October 1st, Rayman. October 1st, Dynasty Warriors. October 2nd, Ace Combat. That's fucking
so
awesome.
Fucked up.
That rules. That's great.
They are all just slamming themselves into each other to die, dude.
And when was Grand Theft Auto again?
November.
Okay. Is this what a car pileup looks like?
Oh, dude, this is the worst.
In avoidance of November
ever. Yeah.
Is this a fucking traffic jam?
It is. It's absolutely unbelievable.
Every single week. Every single day.
Some of them have 2 games on one day!
Yeah. Pick your poison. I mean, look.
September 24th is going to be rough at the Pat household, dog.
Yeah. Because if they spread it out a little differently, but it's like Control Resonant and Townfall are both on the same day.
Those are both my thing.
That's fucked. In any case, though, I feel like Wolverine's main thing is establishing how much you're not playing Spider-Man by going super above and beyond with the gore.
Yeah, just absolutely absurd with the violence.
Well, I'm kind of like, was there any non-gory gameplay? Like, is there anything?
They actually said that that for people who are squeamish, there'll be non-gory routes, whatever that means.
Okay. You just don't see it after a while. There was so much of it. I think you got to use it to like sting, you know. But I mean, I guess it's the adamantium claws. Like, what do you expect? I suppose, but you know. Anyway,
did you watch that gameplay trailer?
Yeah.
So that gameplay
he stabbed
trailer
some dudes,
threw me for a fucking loop. That part on the highway. Mm-hmm. That is the Trans-Canada Highway that me and Paige drove out to BC on.
Oh,
in the RV.
That was taking place in Canada. Okay.
That was like the exact road.
I mean, of course, that makes sense. It's Wolverine, plus you're going to fight fucking Sabretooth and all that.
Like, me and my wife almost fell off a cliff during that gameplay sequence.
Nice. I hope this means we get to see Puck and Sasquatch and Alpha Flight. I'm down for realistic Alpha Flight. Anyway.
Realistic.
Voice is a little odd, but we're just too conditioned at this point.
Yeah, to Steve.
Fucking what's his name? Hugh.
Yeah.
So it's different, but we'll give it a chance. In the meantime, Tokon, that Doctor Doom team, that's pretty sick.
That is a winning team right
there.
That is
a fucking sick team.
That is a sick team, bro.
When they were like, oh, Doom and his subordinates, I was not expecting Slot 2 to be fucking Magneto. Slot 3.
I was not expecting Green Goblin.
And then Slot 4 is Carnage. That is a fucking team. Holy shit.
That's a winning team, man.
Wow.
That is oh boy.
Goblin never been in any of these two, so that's a fun pick. I'm glad they went with something interesting there. Because Goblin,
cool, dude.
Because Goblin is one of those like super important key Spider-Man villains, but also not the go-to when it comes to like gameplay time. Because it's just a fucking dude with bombs on a board. You know what I mean? Like, So
yeah, but he's an asshole.
Yeah, but so how do you translate that into interesting
gameplay? Characteristic is
how do you
stupid asshole.
That's it. So how do you translate that into interesting gameplay? You know, we'll find out, but no one's ever done it.
No, someone has. Salty Bet did it.
I don't remember.
There's a famous clip of Spider-Man versus Green Goblin where Spidey goes into Spider Sense and Goblin throws like 1,000,000 bombs at him and they all miss, and it's fucking awesome.
Seems like, throw the bomb, separate from the board, and you have a little puppet character doing stuff almost. So that's cool. And finally, Carnage is there. I can't believe we've never gotten a Carnage before. So that's dope.
I'm so happy that it's Carnage instead of fucking
Venom.
Instead of goddamn Venom.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's overdue. It's just long overdue. So that's a great team. Super sick there. Then we saw the new Rayman. Bancho,
is actually the old Rayman
remake. Bancho the Chef. It said that's a prequel?
It's a prequel to Dave the Diver.
Is it Dave the Diver? Is that the guy in Dave the Diver that's doing it? Okay. I wasn't 100%. Kemuri, the Ikumi Nakamura project, looks pretty cool.
So I thought it looked cool, and then someone in my chat said it was live service, and then all my shit deflated, and then I was like, wait, no, it's not, and then it went back up.
It's 3-player co-op. I didn't see a live service thing there.
Yeah.
I don't think she said that.
No, she did not.
No.
I had my expectations toyed with.
It's also funny that she's like, hey, that little thing I did, the gesture is now my signature. So, mitane, like that's her whole bit. Style, urban, cool Japanese running up a building, equipping the demons as clothing and fighting with that. Dope. Sounds cool. Looks cool.
Visually, audio visuals, excellent, super cool.
I do have to say that, it made me think of when I was watching, the clothing and, the demons kind of talking and shit while you were using them. I was kind of like, oh, I do wish a little of that happened in Devil May Cry, I wish that, the personality of the demons you were wielding came out more since they're not just weapons. That would be fun. Besides Agni and Rudra. All right, Tomb Raider, whatever.
Another remake of an old game.
Immediately,
it's getting to be a lot.
And then right into another girl running from dinosaurs trailer, Lost Wild.
So that was interesting, but there's a bit where she bottles a fucking velociraptor, she glasses a velociraptor with a beer bottle, and for some reason, seeing that, I'm like, all right, yeah. The idea of piss off velociraptor.
Yeah, fucking with the dinosaurs. A lady fighting dinosaurs is always a recipe for a good game.
Yeah.
Phantom Blade Zero, Protect the Baby.
Yeah, still very little of that game shown.
Yeah, they're keeping it close to the chest, but they're doing these set piece reveals essentially.
Yeah.
Dune Awakening, Dynasty Warriors, No Rest for the Wicked, Onimusha, Way of the Sword, which I will be playing tomorrow. # sponsored on the channel.
Oh my god, really?
So that's happening.
There's a demo tomorrow.
I'll
probably also be playing that demo tomorrow.
Well, there you go. Also, besides, I only know Onimusha 1, and then I know Dawn of Dreams Soki. So I'm there's a big gap in the 2.
There's it seems pretty clear to me. So I'm much more familiar with Onimusha. It seems pretty clear that this is don't worry about it.
Right.
You got to kill the demons. You're good.
And it seems like you're not using the demon power. You're using human ghost power.
Well, I mean,
but what I am familiar with and interested in is Miyamoto Musashi. The journey of Shinmen Takezo and your rival taking out Sasaki Kojiro. So Kojiro looks exactly the way he ought to. I'm glad that like they didn't, because Musashi, you see a couple of different versions of him depicted in different mediums, but ultimately they get it right with the like, you get the ponytail, you get the wild kind of like unkempt facial hair, maybe a mustache, maybe not, you know, and then simple robes and the two sword stance.
Fuck it, make him look like ScarJo.
But Kojiro, like, it looks like they got the right take on it, which is the kind of foppish dude with the long hair, and I'm like, that's that vagabond juice on it. I'm happy with the design on that. So we'll see where they go with Ganryu.
Oh, I also forgot to announce on this show that I'm doing all the shows this week. We didn't talk about our following weeks.
We did not. We forgot to talk
this
about
week I'm covering Summer Games Fest. Paige is going to be doing Mass Effect after Summer Games Fest. I'm also covering the Microsoft show. Paige is going to be doing Mass Effect after the Microsoft show. Tomorrow was going to be Mina the Hollower, but I'm probably going to play that Onimusha demo and a sponsored look at 007 First Light.
Yeah.
Over at twitch.tv/PatStaresAt and youtube.com/live PatStaresAt. You know what the fucking website is.
Mm-hmm. Hearing good things about that. It is interesting because I was also hearing like about like price and cost of development. Because like IO,
then it was pricey.
Yeah, IO making a James Bond game is a pretty good fit. However, that shit was like super expensive apparently. Okay, Townfall still looks interesting. Very curious there. It's funny because the opening seconds of that, you saw like a monster, and then you heard a dude like kind of like hyperventilating. And I was like, that is hyperventilating in a black voice.
Oh, yeah.
I was able to hear that, and I'm like, this is Townfall.
So it's really interesting because Silent Hill F, and F is for women, does not, in fact, have any radio at all. Meanwhile, we go to Townfall, and it's like, do you want radio mechanics?
The whole plot appears to be about the radio.
Yeah. Very interesting. Glad that they had like a different idea on that.
Mm-hmm. We talked about AC8 and AC0. So is AC0 just a like remaster or like
it is a remaster of a PlayStation 2 game.
Okay.
And it's so you know about this in the other games. Like I've never played Zero, but Zero is the story of the war with the Belkans that led to them nuking their own country.
Huh.
They start a war and it goes badly, and they're like, fuck you, you didn't win. So they blow themselves up with 7 nukes.
Wow. Okay. And
so shit pops off in Zero for sure.
Okay. I saw the subtitle and I'm like, really? You're changing one letter? Like, anyway. Stuntman Hollywood.
Dude, I fucking love Stuntman.
Yeah. Seeing that was well done. You see Knight Rider, a DeLorean, Mad Max. Like, that was a pretty fucking cool thing of just like all these legendary Hollywood cars. And then you're just like, oh shit, it's Stuntman.
Stuntman's so good, dude.
Yeah.
It just tickles that. Gotta do it perfect. Gotta get 3 stars. Part of your brain.
Death Race. No Dukes of Hazzard.
No, that's
no Dukes of Hazzard
fine.
car. Curious. Maybe that's DLC. Ill. A game
that game got shown before. It's where the gif of the guy kicking the baby into the other babies comes from.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
Looks cool.
Yeah, so this appears to be a what if the intro to the Phantom Pain just kept going?
And it was the thing.
Yes, also the thing. I'm like, I don't know. It's probably unfair to say this, but waking up in a hospital that's under attack, I'm like, yeah, MGS just took that. That locks in. Immediately brings you back to that.
Before we get too far away, Ace Combat 8 looks so sick, though, dude.
Wings of Theve.
It looks so good.
Looks like some cool wings. Looks like some cool, cool planes doing cool
dramatic planes.
Mm-hmm. And some outside of the plane action.
Yeah.
People getting put at gunpoint. And
hanging out on a fucking aircraft carrier. Fucking cool shit.
Control Resonance.
The super deluxe edition of AC-8 is already sold out. Fuck yeah, dude.
Control Resonance continues to look pretty sick. What a normal looking dude. What a random Joe-ass main character.
Yeah, bro. He had no character at all. And then to the point where I met him in a different game and was like, I don't know who this character is. It's like literally all he did was grow hair. Because he's just like a nothing.
Like, that character design is very anti-protagonist in choice, typically. But the game looks fucking sick, man.
So, you know the control is linked to Alan Wake, right?
Of course, yeah.
So Jessie and her brother Dylan are highly suspicious characters whose backstories don't extend far enough in either direction because their names are Jesse Dylan Faden and Dylan Jesse Faden.
What?
And the fact that they are named in that way and they don't have enough detail about themselves and one of them is more interesting than the other is suspicious in that universe.
Weird. Okay, wait. Okay, so that dude is Control Lady's brother?
Yes.
Oh. Huh. Why is he not a redhead? Okay.
Hey, I need to bail for 2 seconds.
Okay.
Give me 5.
BRB. All right. Where were we? So, yeah, we're talking about Control. They showed off some more marathon stuff. RuneScape, Dragonwilds, Psyops, the Mindgate Conspiracy, Gitaroo Man.
Dude, Psyops, the fucking Mindgate Conspiracy!
I mean, it's not back, but it's a port, so that's cool. Dawn of Dreams also. Sure. And then, hey, Until Dawn 2 proper.
So,
actually,
I was like, is that Neil? Is that Neil Newbon? And then I'm like, please don't be doing an American accent. Please. And sure enough, here comes Neil Newbon's god-awful American accent. Which he has done interviews being like, my American accent is really bad. I don't know why people ask me to do it. But yeah, and then I'm like, oh man. But then they said Until Dawn 2, and I'm like, yeah, American accent Neil Newbon, that's perfect.
Considering the updates you've been giving on the Dark Pictures,
so this game's not made by Supermassive,
right? So I noticed that, and they said that they said the name of the developer, and I was like, that is a different developer. What?
Sure is, buddy.
So what happened? What happened there? Did
I don't know.
The license,
I don't know.
The name,
I guess Sony kept it. I guess Sony kept it.
Interesting. But I don't know what that means for who's working on it. But if this is
actually, Supermassive's not been doing super good, as you can tell.
Well, that's what I was saying. Exactly. That's essentially where I was going. Is like that sounds like it's been on an overall downhill ride, not completely downhill, but on average downhill. But still going also. So they're clearly making money off of these small releases.
Enough.
But yeah.
Just enough.
Proper big Until Dawn 2, which appears to be taking place mostly during the daytime.
Awesome.
We'll see what's going on there. And then a big old preview of God of War laufey.
Or God of War... my wife.
God of War
Peach
mom.
Saliva.
God of War mom.
It was so weird, dude. We're watching it, and Paige's like, why does that look just like me? And then, like, the fucking...
You found so? Yeah?
The mustard yellow outfit also helped.
Okay. There's a lot
And the purple butterfly that's the lupus symbol that lands on her in the beginning.
There are often times where a page-coded character shows up in a video game, and it's like, oh shit, there she is.
At the beginning, like she does a double jump, and I've seen her do that in the house.
Okay, well, the facial features were so distinct that I just didn't see it. But that being said, interesting choice. I know the discussion for a while was like, oh, where are we going in terms of which god pantheon, what culture? The answer appears to be all of them.
A bunch of them. So
you walk past some Asian demons and hang out with some Mesoamerican demons, and it's all happening in one space together. So that'll do.
Like that trailer was really that preview was cut together excellently, because the first enemies that Faye encounters are a bunch of mandrakes. You're like, mandrakes? Oh, so this is like Celtic, right? Oh, okay, because Mimir is Celtic, right? So all right, and then she comes out the fucking cliff, and there's a fucking gigantic 1,000-foot tall statue of the fucking red Oni. And a bunch of Chinese robot soldiers, and then Sekhmet fucking shows, and you're like, oh, we're just doing it all.
And the smart thing about this approach is that it's almost like Assassin's Creed trying to guess where you're going to go next, but instead of you having one place that Kratos has to commit to for a while, like Norse mythology, here you can get out all the stuff that, can be visited at glances for one stage or a couple hours in each different mythology, interpreting it in an interesting way is a pretty fun way to play through a game like that. Getting the different interpretations and takes artistically on it.
Just a big old melange. And then, what do we got? We got Frank the Cube.
Yeah.
And Faye's new Chinese myth dragon sword.
Because I don't know if Kratos fighting a bunch of Chinese myth dragons for 3 games was on the menu, per se.
Man. Just 1 or 2 Chinese myth dragons.
Just a couple of them. Just a couple. So, yeah, that works. That's cool. I'm surprisingly, I was kind of going into this going like, all right, so whatever I see, I know that I didn't keep up, so I fully expect to just be hit with shit I don't understand. And actually, nothing there was too bad, all things considered, having not played the second game.
I think the very obvious like mid-game shock for that game,
the character
will be oh, I miss my husband Kratos, and like 20 guys go what? And like Zeus or somebody else from the Greek pantheon waltzes out and goes, what?
That could be
right, because if this is the home of dead gods, then you will run into a whole bunch of
dead gods. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, there should be a solid half of that land that is dedicated to fuck Kratos.
Like Ares should be there, and he should have been there for a while.
That could be interesting, actually. Yeah. Okay.
All you got to do is make him look different and have him not give his classic Ares name, have him be Mars.
But
have him become buddy with Faye for 80% of the game before the shoe drops.
I don't know about the second about Ragnarok, but like I feel like the character, besides Kratos, who like jumped over and became this other calm, more realistic person, it feels like he left behind a bunch of Animaniacs-ass wacky god characters.
He absolutely did.
And so seeing those people make a jump into something more grounded, it would be really odd, because Ares and all of them, they're all fucking yakko wacko and dot.
The Greek gods are dramatic as shit.
They're clowns.
They invented drama.
With the burning hair and the just... Yeah, I'd be curious to see, if they're going to like tone the designs down in any way, or just like keep
but
it
fuck all
100.
that. Let's talk about fucking Frank the Cube, man.
That's a cube.
That's a fucking gelatinous cube, dog.
And you know what?
Ridiculous.
That's your Atreus replacement.
You know why?
You can bounce and do combos off of it.
Wooly, did you ever play God of War, the new ones?
Yeah, well, not Ragnarok.
But like you played 2007?
Well, I was there for the
but did you play it?
No.
Hands on the controller.
No.
Do you remember what the boy button is?
It's square.
It's square.
So there's your cube.
There's your cube. Hit square for cube.
Cool. And I'm guessing the sword deal is like, this is the sword that kills you for real.
Yeah, no, it's going to be the Chinese myth sword of killing the gods for real or whatever.
So, there it is. All right. And that was pretty much it.
We're all caught up.
Okay, let's take some letters.
Hey, if you want to send in a letter, you send it to castlesuperbeastmail@gmail.com. Fuck it.
Here's one. Dear Castle Super Dads at dadmail.dad.
That's me. I love being a dad. It's good stuff.
Short and sweet. Is Batman a superhero? The topic came up at work yesterday, and the majority voted no because his power is money. That was my first thought initially, but the more I thought about it, the more I disagreed. If Batman's not a superhero, that means the hero equipment-based powers heroes like Iron Man, Black Panther, Green Lantern, etc. all come into question. The general thought I landed on is that the magnitude of the feats and threats dealt with are what determines superhero status.
That's correct, yes.
Yeah, no, that I feel like that's stupid.
It's not the power set. It's their extraordinariness.
Yeah. Also, who cares is actually the real answer. Like,
this
the
superhero
is
shit.
such a weird, dumb
you fucking
label.
dorks.
It's a weird, dumb label to even bother with, to be honest.
Get all of these fucking nerds over here arguing about Batman.
Is it a character with
nerds.
a story worth telling? Okay, cool. Like that's fine. Yeah. All right, and then we'll take one more over here. JC says, hello, Starwool and Pat Nohade. Going back to the Star Fox remake redesign online discussion, what other redesigns in games or media do you hate with a passion, whether because of the actual design or the impact? Exclude the low-hanging fruit of Devil May Cry, DMC. Mine is Harley Quinn's sexy redesign in Arkham Asylum, not because I think it's bad, it's quite good in fact, but because of the impact it had. Prior to that game, her primary design was the red and black card look, but now her main design after that game is always some form of sexy Quinn, with varying degrees hitting the target. 100%. I liked the goofy jester design of her, and
this is why he picked this question, by the way.
Well, I agree with this. I think that it sucks that gets replaced every time.
I think it's fine.
Okay, sure.
I don't feel strongly one way or the other.
Pigtails, right? Yeah, yeah, that's it. No, sure, fine. But
I'm not going to sit here and be like, any look without sex appeal is better than a look with sex appeal.
That's ridiculous. But that's not what I'm saying or what's being said there. I think it's just like one design completely replaced the other forever, and it's like, it was
way more popular.
It's just a bummer that like the other design is like, and it's almost never seen again. With a few exceptions.
I think it translates like shit to 3D. I think that's the main problem.
There's that, but also. Is it like, I feel like, you kind of, was it Neverwinter Nights that hit it for, or am I thinking, not Neverwinter Nights, the other game, Vampire the Masquerade?
You thinking about Jeanette?
Give me a second. Yeah, Masquerade, Vampire the Masquerade. That's it.
Yeah.
I feel like that was like the full-on, let's take your homework lesson that they took to Harley Quinn and went like, this is Harley Quinn from.
I don't know. That was a look of the time. Like, that's not that outlandish.
Anyway, that's my answer.
Nidhogg. The whole fucking game.
Sure.
The whole fucking game.
Did he make anything after Nidhogg 2?
I don't care.
Because I don't want to believe... Like, did that derail everything?
It might have.
I need to know. Hold on. Mesh Off Games. Did the whole thing just go off the rails after that? It might have.
All right. We got Messhoff. Well, that's a publisher, it looks like.
Nidhogg 2. Wheel World.
Wheel
Okay.
World.
Okay, no, there was some other stuff.
Wheel World looks cool.
All right, fine. There was some other stuff.
Yeah, you're riding a bike. Very charming art style, too.
You know what would be brave and daring and bold?
Yeah, what's that?
Nidhogg 2 remastered. And the art style is just Nidhogg. The art style is
So
Nidhogg 1.
the worst part about Nidhogg 2 is I did play it, and like there's lots of cool stuff in that game.
The weapons are great. The weapons are
and
great.
I hate playing it. I fucking hate it so much.
When Nidhogg
Can't
2
stand it.
demastered would be incredible. Fucking kickstart that. All right.
Hey, somebody in the chat, somebody who's known to me for being wrong all the time, asks in the chat, why does everyone hate Nidhogg 2? Because it looks like shit, dog. Because it looks poopy.
The original art style was phenomenal, and then they replaced it with a bad one.
That's it. That is it.
Speaking of that being it, goodbye.
Bye.